Oh, you're not going nowhere. But you did, man.
Hit it, Joe.
Are you ready to explore the unknown? Dive into the world of the strange, mysterious, and unexplained with Eerie Expeditions magazine. Each issue is packed with spine-tingling tales, cutting-edge paranormal investigations, and exclusive insights into hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, and more. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just love a good ghost story, Eerie Expeditions magazine has something for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers and adventure lovers. Subscribe today at EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com and unlock the secrets of the supernatural. Are you ready? That's EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com, where the extraordinary is just a click away. Dare.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Start this conversation. We got no relation.
Hi, and
welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM. Hi and welcome.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember,
Hi, I'm Brittany Ashley, your host of Breaking Norms Building Dreams, your guide through this transformative journey in both business and life. This is your place crafted for dreamers, doers, or anyone who has been told they can't. Get ready as we challenge those narratives together. You're tuning in live to the United Public Radio Network, airing on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We are streaming on all the popular platforms every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me for a candid and thought-provoking conversation celebrating your unique journey because you are worth it.
Ooh, and welcome to News on the Flipside, everybody. I hope y'all are having a great Friday. You know, I enjoy being here every Friday. I have a lot of fun. What was that, Kirk? No, I was doing my my Democrat. You know, when you talk real slow. Hi, I'm Joe, and this is Jay. Yes, and we're here for
News on the Flip Side.
And yes, we are. Denise said she would kill us.
You can't get any more flip than two of us. That's for damn sure.
She said she would kill us. Jeannie, I think Sean said he's off tonight. Yeah, I seen it.
He's out of town with family for Thanksgiving, so he will be back
partying.
Saturday.
He is partying like it's a rock star, man. Not like he's a rock star. Sorry, that didn't quite come right out. Jesse, how you doing tonight, man? Oh, there's a lot. Actually, really, I didn't think there was going to be that much news tonight. But when I started going through the news,
happening.
There's a lot of stuff going on all over the place, and then we have a lot of clips from all kind of clips. We'll get to some of them. They're on the Facebook. If y'all want to go look, they're on the Joe Montaldo Facebook. I'm dressed up. I'm wearing a nice red shirt and a suit. Yeah, I think I'm in a vest actually. So yes, you can see my red arms flaking out into the air. But most of those links are there. Yeah, and there's some stuff we're gonna play. Some of it we're gonna have to click through because some of it's a little long. Actually, I was thinking about it when I was watching someone. I'd have to get with Jay and maybe Sean, maybe somebody else, and we could have like a link, like a group of them. We could do the longer ones, and then talk through them. Like what was that sci-fi
Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Yeah, Kirby. There was something else besides that one, but that's the only one I remember is the Theater 3000. That was it, with the two weird robot things. Moving on.
3 robots and 1 dude.
Yeah, 3. See, I thought it was 2, and see, it tells you how much I knew.
It's 3 robots and basically 1 dude and his 3 puppets. Really,
it was like 3:30 in the morning. I come in. I've been out all night drinking, hoeing, just getting in trouble in general. Come in. I see this sci-fi show on TV. I wanted to watch. I'm like, cool. I hadn't seen this in forever, so I'm going to watch it. Oh no!
Yeah,
these 4 assholes. I got to be talking the entire time. I'm like, I wish I knew where these SOBs live. I could put my foot somewhere.
Well, but also at the same time, they're playing the schlockiest of the schlock sci-fi movies from the 50s and 40s and 50s and whatnot. They're just horrible.
Yeah, well, this one was a little bit better. I can't remember what it was. It was like in between an A and a B movie. So I was kind of surprised to see it. Oh no, it was Not Forbidden Worlds. The one with Leslie Nielsen.
Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, Forbidden Planet. That was it. That was the one on there. I was like, what? It's actually a decent movie. Oh, this actually probably half the sound effects on there sound like they would like the planet Saturn or something.
Well,
I
they
don't know.
were also the movie was produced by Paramount, and the entire sound effects bank for that movie was recycled for Star Trek.
I tell y'all what, I will give 2 books away right now if you can tell me what this movie's claim to fame is. And I'll tell you now before anybody bothers writing down the robot, it is not the robot. No, it has something. It was a singular thing at the moment it came out. I will give what I got. You know what? I got a I got one of David Hateman. There he is. David Hateman's A Death and a Taxman. But this, I can't give you all this. And this isn't the full version novel. This is the story that he won with, but he made a novel out of it. And it is here somewhere. So I will give you all that. And I will give you a copy of this monsterly thick. Look at the thickness of this book. Battlefield Earth.
It's thicker than the Bible.
This is Battlefield Earth in its entirety.
Smaller.
The actual thing that's actually. So I've listened to this on 44 hours of tape, complete sound effects. Much better than the movie wasn't. The thing needs to be a trilogy. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It's just not a single. Yes, no, but no, really. I don't think I have any Mission to Earth left, Mark. I'll look. I haven't. I got to clean it out for Christmas. See what I got when I don't have. And stuff we're going to be giving away. But if you can, it doesn't matter who a first person who gets it right. Well, when Jay said Paramount, it made me think about something. And I was introduced to it this way, by the way. I wasn't even introduced to it that what kind of sci-fi it was, which I was really, I got to see this. I had, I think I was like 16, 17. And I was hanging out with my aunt, and we were over at her boyfriend's house, who at the time had, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000, 6,000 VHS tapes. And he used to do, you know, in old days when you used to have those little things that spun around the stores and had all the toys and all the little candy on it. He owned a company that did that. And this dude had junk all over the place. It was actually kind of cool. But he introduced me to Forbidden Planet, and he put it on. I was sitting there, and I think I'd smoked a joint earlier that day. Nobody knew I was doing that at 16. Don't tell anybody either. But anyway, I was just sitting there chilling, and I was watching, and I was kind of like, wow, for a movie in the 50s, man, this had something. I was kind of like,
well,
I know it's campy because you can't get past the technologies, but you can put that out.
You know, the funny thing is, it's not even the first sci-fi movie.
Well, no, I know that, but it is the first sci-fi movie of something else. Yeah. Jay don't know. Jay's stumped, man.
I'm trying to think. Yeah,
he's stumped.
I
don't often get this stumped, Jay. Look, people, it's not easy thing to do.
We actually studied that movie in college. And,
so, all right.
School.
So somebody got the answer right, and technically, Forbidden Planet was the first full-colored sci-fi television movie ever. It was in full color, full whole 9 yards, not some little coloring in after the effects of when it was black and white or something, but full color. It was the first one. You can tell by looking at the colors, they're like the greens or like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. It's just like scratch green. Hey, Heidi, how you doing?
Hey, Heidi.
Who's this 1091 person? Do you know this person, Jay? Who is this person? I'm not sure if I know this person. They have like an evil smirk on their face or something. Anyway, moving on. It's just, what is that, Jimmy? No, Forbidden Planet was an interesting, goofy movie. I mean, you know, the robot was cool. I mean, back then, women's roles were, you know, not all that big of roles. I mean, the girl just basically screamed and threw herself around and kissed people. Hey, I didn't make the movie. Okay, and Leslie Nielsen was playing a leading man, which was just weird to start off with because, I mean, I was introduced to him from off of what was it, the Airplane movies or something?
Yeah.
Naked Gun. I'm not sure which one it was. I think it was the Airplane movies, but Yeah.
Well,
So
I mean, he was famous for those, but he was also part of the TV show Police Story, which became the Naked Gun movies.
yeah. So what was goofiness? I knew him as a comedian. I didn't know him as a leading man. So I was kind of like, wow.
He had made his career at that point mostly out of slapstick comedy.
Yeah, it was basically like you mean the feel of it? It'd be like if maybe like a Navy ship or something. Out you had the cook and he was looking for the whiskey and he had the robot making him booze and then you had the edge you had to deal with, which was actually kind of a cool thing in there. They also talked about technologies, wireless technologies, which some of which we have today, some of which we don't, like how power go from one place to other, like they say alien ships have.
Introduced advanced concepts that would be later used in other movies and TV shows, such as electronic shields and that kind of thing, energy beam weapons, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so we've played and teased with y'all and twisted on your nipples and stuff. So now Epstein.
Yeah, I mean they're still coming out,
Democrats.
but I think there's a lot more stuff that's about to happen I think it's going to be people are going to be like, Epstein who? Very soon. I mean, it's just
no, they're going to be doing that because some of the stuff that's going to be coming out over the next few weeks. So first off, Hakeem Jeffries isn't shit up to his eyeballs. I mean, he's just floating in shit now because they got it on more than one occasion where he asked him out to dinner, asked him to come to a dinner, asked him to attend an event after he had been convicted of child abuse.
Correct. And asking for, and the premise was asking for campaign funds.
Behave. Well, so anyway, Epstein's it's going to be hard for the Democrats to go away because, and I had said this for a long time, I never understood why the Democrats wanted to know what was in these files because I mean, all of Epstein's friends are Democrats.
I think they all knew, and
all of his businesses and people. No, I mean, this goes to proving a point I've been saying for about 5 years now. The Democrats have just become fucking stupid. Now you knew damn good and well there's not a Democrat serving in Congress right now that didn't know damn good and well that Epstein is a Democrat, was a Democrat. All of his clients were Democrat. All the investment bankers were Democrats. All of his fucking friends were Democrats. And before anybody said, oh, Trump was a Republican, not at the fucking time he wasn't. He was a Democrat. So everybody Epstein, his whole little world. Matter of fact, when you listen to the emails and the sphere he's in, he's only talking about Democrats and he's talking with Democrats on how he can fucking smear Trump. So they've got this now. They've got a conspiracy with the Democrats. Then you've got this, what's her name? I can't think of her name, the black lady, who was, the one that was taking questions from Epstein to ask different people when she was doing, on the committee. That's a no-no. You can't do that. And besides that, if you were asked, you were supposed to say, hey, yeah, I'm getting these questions. But it's not even the first time we found that Epstein was doing this with a lot of different people, a lot of different Democrats, that is. So all that shit's still got to be answered for. We haven't even got through the backside of the files. Now, not everybody's name's going to get made public. And then there's another problem here. There's going to be a lot of names coming out over the next 2 months, 3 months. But the problem is here, not all of these people are pedophiles. Some of these people are just what they are, business acquaintances, give vacations given because you did X amount of business. Oh, yeah, come stay on my island for a week or two, on the house,
And you were aware of the pedophilia, that makes them at fault as well.
Well, if they're aware, but how many? Yeah. I mean, usually something like that's going to be kept pretty hush-hush. How many actually knew? I mean, how many suspected might be one thing, but how many actually knew? That's a whole nother thing.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how the Potomac two-step works. Is I got dirt on you, you've got dirt on me. I'll expose you if you don't help me vote for this bill in, And that's the way it's been working for so long. It's corruption and upon corruption.
So now we know that Obama was at Epstein's house in Florida twice. Epstein talks about it in one of the emails. He said, oh, yeah, the Barack guy is going to come by and have dinner with me tonight. He's here in Florida. And when they checked Obama's schedule, he was right down the road about 8 miles giving a speech. So we know it was. And that happened again in the following year. So we know Obama was there twice. Now, wait now. Wasn't fucking Obama on Diddy's list? Didn't he go out with Diddy?
Yeah.
No, we know he did. He gave, now wait a minute, guys. He gave both Diddy and Epstein awards, upstanding citizen kind of awards.
Yes. He did
Both of them.
twice to one of them.
So he hung out
Right.
with them and gave them awards. And you really don't think Obama. So make up your mind, people. Either Obama's really smart, really brilliant, or he's fucking stupid and ignorant. Which one is it? Because if you're telling me he didn't know, then he's fucking stupid and ignorant. And if he did,
Or he's part of it, and he could be implicated in it. Either way, whether he knows.
Oh, Joshua, come on. There's a picture of Clinton in a blue dress hanging over Epstein's fireplace, over his mantle. Give me a break, man. Yeah. Oh, come on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't heard. All I heard was they were asked to come in and give testimony. And so far it is a big effing no. Fuck you, Chris. If I can curse if I want, it's my damn show. Well, Jay's on it now too, so it's partially his show too. But don't even start with me. I will. Where you at? My messenger. I will ban you. I will ban your ass from my messenger. If your little girly ears can't handle this, go over to you know what? Go watch MSNBC. Rachel Mad Cow Maddow might make you feel better.
It's MS Cow. MS Now. Miss Now.
Was it Monica's dress? I don't know, Heidi, but we're gonna have to check into that. Anybody out there listening tonight? Do y'all know if the dress he was in was Monica's dress? You know, the ones with the stains on it. No, I'm not gonna say.
How do you think you got the stain on it?
Some of y'all been to Diddy's party, haven't y'all? Wait, what was that, Jim? Sorry. Seems we got some Diddyers in the house, man. Well, Mike, why would a white person go to a white party? Actually, it's funny. When it came to Diddy, there weren't very many white people on there. Listen, there was no Republicans at all. Look, people tend to hang with people they hang with. Diddy and Epstein were Democrats, like most pedophiles are Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 95% or something. Yes. Well, wait, and y'all are the ones that want to mutilate children and murder babies. Jesus, y'all are one sick, fucked up party, people. God, what happened to your party? You know what? There's been other parties in the United States, and they've had to go bye-bye because of stupid shit like this. So maybe we should just realize
that's true. Your
that,
vibe.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Heidi. We should just realize that your party is effed up right now and needs a major overhaul, and you need to get the Nazis under control. At least I got to say one thing. I don't always agree with the Republicans, and they can irritate the shit out of me sometimes. But you know what? They keep their crazies under control. Matter of fact, somehow or another, they've even forced Marjorie Taylor Greene to quit without even bitching. I'm not even. Something went down somewhere that none of us have heard about. Shit like that does not happen.
It's the Potomac two-step. Somebody got one more piece of dirt on her, and she didn't get a reciprocal piece, so she has to go.
Like, you got to go. You shouldn't have fucked with the president. You dumb bitch. Yeah. Get out. It's no. What? Well, okay. First off, I never liked Marjorie Taylor Greene in the beginning. I thought she was crazy freak. I thought she was AOC, the Republicans' AOC. I always did. And then somewhere in the last year and a half, actually, when Jay and I, about midway through the election year, I noticed she started to change. No, it was even a little earlier. Maybe towards the beginning of the election, she started to change. And she seemed to get less crazy and more knowing what's actually going on and actually having ideas to get things done. And then Trump says the reason they had to falling out wasn't because she said or he said or he said. It was because she would never stop blowing up his fucking phone. He'd look down, Marjorie, be like fucking 150 times in a half a day. He's like, come on now, I'm the president of the United States. It's not like it's millennia. At least with millennia is getting something in return. Yeah. Don't get perverted, people. God. Keep that shit to yourselves.
Citizenship.
It's into the world as we know. No, we got a lot of links to go through, but we still got a little bit left on Epstein, and then we got a lot of links. We got a lot, like I said, we got a lot of Facebook stuff, and we got a lot of stuff just links.
Well, there's just overall a lot of shit that happened this week.
Trump took an Ohio class submarine and shoved it up somebody's ass with 154 Tomahawks on board. Oh yeah, so Jay, you know what? A while back, what was it year ago we were talking about the different amounts of tomahawks
Mark.
they can hold. So now we know why the numbers are a little sketchy. So remember when some of the Ohio classes had to be decommissioned from nuclear submarines, from carrying nuclear weapons. And when they did this was very interesting. They took out the missile things and they made different compartments for different things. Of course, 2 of them they're used now to hold up to 66 like SEAL teams or stuff like that. Different things they can keep in, all kind of extra weapons and things like that. Oh wait, what was I going to say? And the other one was it made room for 154 Tomahawk missiles.
Hmm.
And
Extra?
and yeah, it's
Like
that's
extra?
that's no, because this one didn't carry Tomahawk missiles before. It
Oh.
only carried nuclear. It was a nuclear payload. It was all Trident missiles. It's so we had to decommission some of them. That was part of the agreement with Russia. So some of those subs, we didn't want to retire the subs because they're a massive, sneaky, stealthy submarine we didn't want to get rid of, and you don't know which ones are actually carrying what until you get up close to them. So, if the Russians are watching you,
Yeah.
they don't know. Oh, and then you see Trump
Charlie
embarrassed.
Forth wants to know, where do you get the stats on the pedo political affiliation things?
We're just kind of teasing around tonight, but there's a couple of places you can go. The World Health Organization actually has some, and then the U.S. federal government tracks them. You can also get them there. But the best way to do this is a couple of places you really need to go because Scotland Yard actually has their own sets. They actually have some for Europe, but the EU actually has as well, and they track things like sex, age,
I don't know.
color. They also track political affiliations, religious affiliations, things like that. They track all of that. And well, in the United States, name me a Republican that's been arrested for pedophilia. I can name a lot of Democrats that have, but name me a Republican that has. And hence in there is your answer. You can't even
Back
name
in the
one.
80s, nearly half the Democratic Senate got caught, having sex with underage page boys.
Yeah.
Repeat pattern. I mean, it's a repeat pattern.
Wait.
Pathology of criminology.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It just is.
Yeah. Oh no, I was reading what Heidi had down there. It's
Well, I mean, I'm trying stressing the fact. I mean, a repeat pattern is, it is reflexology. It shows a preponderance to do a certain thing. And if that certain thing is illegal, there you go.
Yeah. Dean, yeah, they've arrested 3 judges so far. Yeah, Trump's not playing with that shit. Well, let me rephrase that. They arrested 2 judges and are impeaching 1 judge. Yes. So now
these judges that were in sanctuary cities.
They I don't know. I didn't look. Well, probably so. They're Democratic judges, so they probably are. It's
that's what I would be thinking.
Dean, the World Health Organization has a lot on worldwide pedophilia. Yes. In the United States, it's just weird. It's just anytime you hear about somebody that's a pedophile, it turns out to be a Democrat. I don't, in the old days, they used to say that was like the Skull and Bones and the Masons and all that was their thing. That's how they all stayed together because they would all go consume the baby together. And then they all had something on each other.
Once again, going 2-step.
Yeah, and then there's the drinking of the infant's blood and the what they call them, the things they use the experiments for damn, it went right out of my head. They take them out of the umbilical cord of the or if the babies are aborted, they take them out of the stem cells. That's it, stem cells. Yeah. It's stem cells worth a lot of money, people.
Well, there are rituals where the placenta is, cooked and eaten.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff. What do you mean? I don't think they go to the Bohemian Grove anymore. I think too many people know about it. Something about somebody put all kind of no trespassing signs and Well, in the United States, it's not even close. And like we were just saying, we've asked this question more than one time on this show. Tell us a Republican who's been in trouble for pedophilia. I can't even find
Well,
one. Nobody I
I'm
know
sure
so
there
far hasn't. And I'm sure there has been, but I mean,
examples. I can't think of any, but I do know there are several examples of at least, if you want to say sexual misconduct,
so
Republicans cheating on their wives and that kind of thing.
let's do this the easy way, so that we know there was more than 1,000 girls on Epstein working for Epstein. 1,000. That means how many clients did they go through? 4,000 or 5,000 clients. All of them were Democrats. All of them. Admittedly, even from Epstein, he says it himself. All his friends, all his business partners were Democrats. They kept a secret. And it's the same thing with Diddy. So just between Diddy and Epstein, the amount of Democrats that have been exposed to children, just, I mean, I heard Diddy talking about what was his name? The little young rapper guy, the little white kid. What was his name?
Bieber.
Yeah. And all the stuff they used to do to him when he was 14, 15, 16, when he was staying over at the house. And Ashton Kutcher actually backed it up and said, yeah, that was going on. So I don't know what to tell y'all, man. It's you just, and then just recently, then 5, 6 people that went in jail in Australia, they were all Democrats. Well, they were all liberals. Because Democrats aren't the same thing all around the world, but liberals are. Yeah, I sure too. It's there's just a lot of stuff that went on. The world's just finding out. Glenn, you want me to tell you why there's not as many Republicans pedophiles? Because conservatives tend to be religious, and religious people generally don't hurt children.
They are a much more religious party. If you watch any of the liberal news, there's all kinds of religious references. I mean, there should be a flat out separation of religiousness,
church and state,
period, and state.
100%. But the
Republicans can't let it go. Yeah.
They've done it before, but this is what they're doing this time, and this is where they are. And I don't think that's
if you look at the past times with the wokeism and the transgenderism and all that stuff, you can see their point of view why they want to get the word of God out. But it doesn't do anything for me. Let them do what they want to, but don't indoctrinate me. Somebody tried once and it failed.
It's well, Christopher. But that's one of the reasons this is such a big difference. One group is God-fearing. Think about this for a minute. Republicans are pro-life. Democrats are pro-death. And it's not just abortions on babies. It's allowing kids at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old to be mutilated and change sexes. Well, I mean, that's fucking sick is what that is.
It's gross.
Or abortions up to the delivery. That's sick. I mean, really, that's there's not even any other way to say that. The party is become, you know what? They got that meme out there. Well, it's not a meme, it's a video of the devil always talking about how good a job the Democrats are doing because so many people are going to hell. And he's always patting on the back saying, good job, good job. Oh, that wokeism, but we need to stay president. So you might want to tone down the wokeism just a little bit. Oh, no. This is fucking hilarious. It's, well, no, I'm not a conservative, actually. I'm a centrist. And I used to be a Democrat a long time ago.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about this subject for a long time on this and other shows on the network. And, and I've been saying it and we're seeing it and have seen it. I said, once you open up the gender barrier and allow people to cross those two doors, you're going to see a lot more people getting hurt. And that's what has happened. People have gotten raped and attacked inside. And just recently, this young Black woman was on all over the Fox network. She was upset because there's a naked transgender man in their room, in the locker room for women. Sorry, if you got a penis, you don't belong in there. I don't care if you feel like a girl or not. You don't belong in that room.
Sally, just recently in both New York and in California, they have had women get abortions in their 8th and 9th month, and their lives were not in danger.
Yeah.
know what to tell you, my friend.
That's a human being.
I was just as stunned as everybody else had seen it. It's and there are states that want to make that a law. Hell, there New York and Cali. Actually, Cali said it first. They wanted you to be able to do it up to 3 days after the baby was born. That's to me, abortion's murder to start off with. But that's I mean, you can't. That's fucking murder. The problem with abortion is if you're out in the street and somebody kicks you in the stomach and the baby dies, they're going to charge a person with murder. But how can it be murder if you can go abort the baby? You can't have it both fucking ways.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't work that way. And then there's no rights.
Outside the womb definitely is murder. Inside the womb, depending on how it occurs, it could be murder.
It was all over the press. People went hog ass wild up in this country. They were protesting about. People were flipping out.
It's a tough subject.
That was under Joe Biden, and they wanted Congress. Republicans tried to get a bill passed to make it nationwide that you can't go past like the end of the second trimester.
Yeah,
but the Democrats weren't going to go for that.
Like 6 months in, that's it, tops.
Yeah, after 6 months, you know, the Republicans said once a baby can survive in one of those incubators, yeah, that you shouldn't be able to abort it. And the Democrats said no, should be able to abort it whenever they want to abort it.
Yeah, including
their argument is why.
I think we also talked about that some state or some county it was up to like a week after. Also, not just 3 days.
Yeah, that was California tried to. California tried to get that passed.
That's not an abortion. That's you know that's a post-birth abortion. That's a post-birth contraception.
California tried, but all the stuff we're talking about right now is like 2-3 years old. This is not even new stuff.
Yeah, no,
this was stuff that was going on in the middle of Joe Biden's thing, and I mean we know too. And the thing about the kids is when Stephanie used to host this show with me, which is almost 10 years ago now, we got into it with the New York District Attorney because we found out that these two lesbians had this little boy and had started dressing the little boy up. And then around I think it was 4 years old, they went and officially were trying to have the boy sex changed to a girl. And then they were going to have the sex change done at 5. And then the school actually tried to sue to stop it, and the district attorney stepped in and said, no, they can do that if they want to. That's their right. But then we got involved and started writing to everybody in grandma in New York, and they were like, no, you can't do that. You're forcing a perfectly healthy boy to become a girl. Because let's be honest, you don't know what the fuck you are.
And
you don't know what the fuck you are at 9 years old.
Non-functioning man, or it's androgynous at that point.
First off, any change, anything thinking about sex shouldn't even be thought about until after puberty, and not even right after puberty, a couple of years after puberty. I mean, let's be honest, hormones are a bitch, and people's brains go wild. And somebody said, well, if you play with girls' dolls and shit, you're gay. I'm like, really? Come fucking tell me that to my face. You know, look, I used to take my sister's little Barbie car out, take it driving around the yard and shit. Man, we was blowing up the Barbie house and shit. Man, that easy bake oven was a beach. I used to cook on that thing all the time. It's one of them things. Just because you're a boy and you play with girls' toys don't mean you're a girl. You know what? My sister liked to play with G.I. Joe.
No, we don't make stuff up.
It's no, we're not making anything up, Sally. This is news. Like I said, this is news that we carried live when this happened. I want to say it was like 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago when it originally came out. There's quite a bit of this that was floating around, and then that's one of the things that helped Trump get in office. The outrage is one of the things that helped him get in office. The Democrats have lost their effing minds. That's the problem. I mean, the abortion thing, that's all on them. They own that. You know, and so this is how, you know, all like, and that's another thing I was saying earlier about the Democrats. So we know both Diddy and Epstein were Democrats. So, you know, they must not be really thinking there's no God. And then they're okay, fine with children being mutilated and abortions to 1 million a year in the United States. And they're fine with all that. So they must not believe in God, because frankly, if God does exist, I'm sure there's a fucking special hell for Democrats.
There's a special
anybody that's okay with killing babies is going to a special hell. Just fucking face it. you're going to a special hell. It's because no, actually, and you know what the sad part is? I'm not anti-abortion, Jack. No, I would never tell a woman she couldn't have an abortion, and I would stand up for her rights to have one. My problem's
Yeah.
always been the same thing: is where's the father's rights in all of this? Fathers have no rights. If a woman gets pregnant and she says it's Jay's, Jay gonna have to pay child support, whether he wants a kid or not. Why can't Jay say, well, you know what? I want your child aborted, and if she doesn't want to abort, he shouldn't have to pay. Because she can do that. She can say, I want to abort it, and then he don't get his kid. Even if he
Yeah.
wants to raise the kid, he don't get the option. No, it's not.
It's
It's not
a one-way street aimed for the girl.
And I don't want to hear the fact that it's my body, because that's absolute total bullshit. Okay, yeah, it's your body for 8 months, and let's say, okay, you have the baby, you leave your old man, he's stuck with the kid for the next 50 years, and you really think your little 8 months of stress is going to compare to his raising a fucking child without a mother?
Yeah.
Well, he probably got another mother by then, so we won't say that. So we won't say
Possibly,
that
but not
about him.
always. Yeah, not always.
You know, but regardless, he's gonna spend the rest of his life probably gonna end up developing heart disease and high blood pressure and all sorts of shit while you're off scratching your ass somewhere. So
Yeah.
no, it's not. That's bullshit when somebody says, "Oh, it's my body." That's absolute. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little fucking secret. I've given this lecture on a couple of occasions now, and when I get into the middle of the lecture, and because women get really pissed at me sometimes about it, and I'm like, "Well, let me ask you something, ladies in the audience." I said, any grandmamas out there, great grandmamas and mamas out there? I said, let me ask you a question. If that was your grandson, would you be okay with it being aborted? Holy fucking shit. The whole fucking tune changed. Everybody like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, if it was some woman wanting to abort your grandson, would you be okay with it? And you know what? About 90% were like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, exactly right.
So
It's okay if it's someone else,
double
but
standard.
me,
It's a
oh
big
yeah,
time
no,
double
that's just,
standard.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
it's a big time double standard, and
Yeah.
that shit's got to stop. Something's got to change. And let's
Well,
be honest.
but
If
I mean,
someone's
the main purpose most people use it for right now is, and it's they have other options, but they use it as a birth control option. And but you have the morning after pill, which is an over the counter drug, and I think is $50 a pop. So you got two people involved in making the baby. You give me $25, I'll throw in $25, give the girl the pill, boom, bang. Maybe it ends the pregnancy if there's even a possibility. But they don't do that. And then we don't have male contraceptives in this country other than barrier protections. And the thing is, the girl can go, "Oops, I forgot my diaphragm, and I'm pregnant. I can have an abortion," and everyone thinks that's okay. But it's not what abortion is for. It's not. It's not okay to just be like,
but anyway, no, Dan. I mean, I no, like I just said, I would not stand in the way of a woman getting an abortion, and I would help them protect their rights to have it. My biggest bitch is all you should not be allowed to use abortion is birth control. There's
and
lots of
that's what's
reasons for a
happening a
woman
lot.
to have an abortion. And I'll even give you one fuck up. Okay, if you got to use it for birth control, everybody gets one fuck up. With 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you know the average in this country, a woman who has one abortion, the average actually comes out to 3.5 abortions in a lifetime? Why is that? Because women are using it as birth control. And the reason that number's like that is because you have some women who probably more than half will only ever get one abortion. But then you have some, and I actually know two personally that have gotten 6. Where I live down here, you're not allowed to get 6. You can get 3, but you can't get 6. But you can leave here and fly out to Cali and get 6 more, so that's 9. It's sad, and that's you're killing babies at this point.
And you're risking your own reproductive health down the line. Like, each time you do one of those, they're damaging your uterus.
But looking at it from a different point of view, we know there are a lot of people on this planet looking for newborn babies to raise. And the orphanages only have so many of them, and the rest are all other ones. So anytime someone's pregnant, you should always stop and think, look, someone might want to take this child and take it, and you never know, this might be the child that fucking cures cancer, people, or the ones that invent the first FTL drive or something. Yes, Dean. It could be the next axe murderer too. I mean, you always got to throw that shit in there. You've been hanging out with Jay too much, haven't you, Doomsday?
Yeah, like I said, Heidi has a friend from high school who used, abortions too many times.
Sally's furious.
It's not a good thing. It's not a natural thing. Each time you do that, if you want to have kids down the road and you have too many when you're young, you may not have the ability later on. So there you go.
Well, Denise, since we're friends, I'll tell you the truth. Nothing we talk about hasn't been researched, and a lot. So the abortion stuff, my friend Stephanie, who passed away now, was big time on it. She used to drive me crazy. We actually have 2 award-winning shows on the network on abortions. 2 big time awards too. They're still available. They're still out there. You can still find them. It's this show, News on the Flip Side. It's just 8 or 10 years ago. There were great shows. And because there's a lot more to this than just I got pregnant, I want to have an abortion. There's just a lot more to it than just that. So all that has to be taken
mentioning vasectomies that would prevent unwanted pregnancies. Well, I mean that's permanent. This is the same thing as
Well, on that aspect, women can get their tubes tied.
It's permanent. You can't be reversed.
Well, no, but I mean, if you're going to do that, women might as well get their tubes tied.
Yeah, there's 2 allegations as well. That can actually be reversed. It's a little more difficult, but it nowadays that can actually be reversed. But then on the same token, we have female birth control in this country. We should get the male birth control, oral contraceptives.
So here's one for you, Sally. There's 3 countries on the planet that have male contraception. Do you know how much accidental birth went down? You'll be fucking amazed. I mean, you'll be amazed. It made the government so nervous they thought about banning the pill. Well, it's not even a pill; it's a steak. They thought about banning it because they were scared it might start changing the size of their population. China, you can go read this for yourself. This just came out. Tried a similar experiment and are now scared that they may have permanently damaged the size of their population. Because men will take birth control. Because we want to choose the time and place of a baby. We don't want there to be an accident.
Yeah.
And we know it because we're on the other end of what happens when a baby is born. It's just a thing. And you can check any science you want, anywhere you want. And when it comes to birth control, men are much more religious about taking them. It's one of them things. Maybe it's because of the business atmosphere in their heads or something. Who knows for sure? When I was young, I would have took them religiously. If they had birth control when I was like, my teens and 20s, shit. When I was in the Navy, I'd have been eating them things like they were candy, man. I'd have been the hell with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my Donnie, my son wasn't an accident.
Well, on the same token, if those pills were available 30, 40 years ago, even 50, 60, 100 years ago, there'd be a lot more STDs around, I would think. A lot more new ones we hadn't heard about.
Okay, Sally, first off, I have never in my entire life ever one time asked a woman out. Not once. Ever. And I've dated a lot when I was young. And so it ain't always about me keeping my hands off of them. A lot of times it's about them keeping their hands off of me. Unfortunately, some ladies unfortunately, they're not ladylike. I'll just leave it at that. Look, you know what? It's funny you brought that up because I had several girlfriends of mine who used to have really big problems with taking them fucking pills. And I used to tell them all the time, look, if you're going to be sick, just stop taking them. We'll just have to figure something else out or just be more careful. Because I've seen them make women gain weight, bloat out, really get some nasty tempers going on. So not only did this fucking drug company manage to torture the woman, but also torture the man while they're torturing the woman. Yes, it's fucking bullshit is what it is.
Well, and the thing about Sally with the male contraceptive pills, they don't work the same way as ones for girls. We don't have a menstrual cycle. The female hormone pills they interrupt that cycle, so it's harder for you to get pregnant. What the male drugs do is, I think, is they block the prostate from working correctly, so you still ejaculate, but you don't put any sperm in the ejaculate.
Actually, Sally, they just got a little guy sitting at the end of the you wear and just popping them out as they're coming out. Pop, pop.
No, it's a little train guy, and he changes the railroad track so that
the marksman, man, he don't miss.
Certain stuff can't go out.
Oh, Diane said it's an angry, blue-headed liberal woman. Damn, that was me, man. I have seen a lot of them screaming on TV. I'm not going to argue with you about it. I have. It's a shame because, I mean, right now the liberals around the world have just gotten plain out stupid, but it's not how it used to be. I mean, if you go back to the Kennedy era, the liberals really had their stuff together. Under Clinton, with the exception of him feeling up Monica, I mean, he had a pretty good.
If they hadn't shot Kennedy, we might have seen Glasnost back in 64 or 65.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Obama sucked. Obama was the world's bitch. Obama was the world's bitch. That's what Obama was. Joe Biden was also the world's bitch. Actually, Joe Biden was everybody's bitch. Yeah. All his aides were bunking him in the butt. Yeah, it was just sad.
Speaking of Sleepy Joe, did you hear what I guess we can call him hopping Donald Trump is doing?
I know he's getting rid of some of his orders.
Some. He's turned off every one that was signed by the auto pen, where the auto pen didn't have Joe Biden's approval.
It's
like
that's going to
270 some notes are all turned off. All the pardons are off.
Who tells you what to do? What country do you live in, girl? Really? Sally, where do you live? No, really. Tell me. Do you live in one of these third world countries or something? Ain't no women in America being told what to fucking do. They got some bossy bitches in this country. I don't know where the fuck you live in. And you know what? I know quite a few Canadian women, and they can be some bossy bitches too. Matter of fact, I have one that manages this station for me because I know she's tough and she's fair. Yeah, the women ain't what they used to be.
Yeah, and
I had seen a big change when I was a kid growing up. I mean, women had become much more open, much more forward.
And there are plenty of parents and advocates for male birth control pills. So in this country, so right now she's right. It's kind of a one side. It is one sided and lopsided in our country, but it's not like you don't have to have them.
It keeps capitalism alive. No, you know what keeps capitalism alive?
Money.
Being stinking rich, man.
Yeah,
that's what
money.
keeps it alive.
Money.
No misogyny. Nobody's worried about any misogyny. You know, but see, that's a typical left.
I don't know, Joe. I like a good misogyny once in a while. You know,
yeah, but I mean,
you know,
that's a word that gets thrown around a lot. That half the people I think use it don't even know what the hell it means, and the other half don't know why they're using it because it's not something that's actually true. It's the world's not what it used to be right now. So here's one for y'all. I give away 2 more books. If you can tell me right now in this country who is the most discriminated against in this country. You can't get a damn. Well, I send you a book if you want one, but still. It's no, we gave away those 2. Somebody won those. Yeah. I forgot where they were from, but they're in my email. No, really. I was actually surprised a little bit by this. I wasn't totally surprised by this, but I was a little bit surprised by this. All right, Curtis, you got it right. What we got? I can give you Right Is It a Future book 39, and what else is over here? Oh no, I can't give you that because that's something else. We're not allowed to publish that. Anyway, I'll give you a second. I got another one in here somewhere. Okay, I'll give you How to Write a Howling Good Story. Yes. So right now, currently in the United States, number one discriminated against person or race is the white man, by far. Not even close to anything else. Even white women discriminate against white men. I was listening to today watching Bill Maher. Even Bill Maher scratching his head like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Well, I hear people all say, well, y'all, somebody told me the other day, well, it's because white men are responsible for all the trouble. Really? Well, that's true, but we're responsible for a lot of other things too.
Yeah, there was a guy I saw on a blog that was
That's
saying the
true,
same
Sally.
thing
So
about.
see that's the problem. Somebody said, well, I said, let me put it this way. Let's say white men never evolved, Europeans, Scandinavians, no white people anywhere ever evolved. I said, would the planet today be as advanced as it is? I mean, if you removed all of them away, would the planet be as advanced as it is today? Would it be? I know the answer to it because I know who has the most inventions to their credit. Yes. Well, Dean, that's a very funny thing. So you can track inventions, how this particular race at this particular time in this particular part of the world was making the most inventions, like the Middle East. There was a time when the Middle East was like the cradle of civilization by far. Not Europe, not anywhere else. It was the Middle East. And they were doing things and inventing things. And then the Mediterranean, the Middle East, was really the hot spot of the world. That's not true anymore, but it was then.
It was at one time, yeah.
But as the world moved into Europe and into the Americas, the rate of invention.
Well, even so, I mean, Galileo and Da Vinci were both Italian. They were both on the European peninsula and the Italian peninsula, and they were both on the Mediterranean. So, I mean, if you want to talk Mediterranean inventions,
No, that's what I'm saying.
There's a lot right there in that region, period.
So you've got that little area. And then once everybody started moving out of that area and really getting into Europe and Scandinavia and then into the Americas, the amount of inventions, things just spiraled out of control. And it was directly responsible to one particular race. You find out who it is, people. No need for me to say anything. Kirby, what was that? Every race on this planet's invented something. Yes. And
the Chinese, God bless them, have invented quite a lot of things that we still use today.
Yeah.
Including the fork.
Chinese invented the first computer.
And the fork.
I was going to call it the albatross. That's what the hell is it called? That's not the
abacus.
Abacus, thank you. It's the albatross was the bird. Yes.
We should be going to break. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and take us out. We're going to be right back. Real quick, and then we're going to go. I'll tell you this. If you think or you feel that you need to have an abortion, as you're right. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't or you shouldn't or you wouldn't or you couldn't. I would ask you to do this. If the person that got you pregnant, and this is a big if, because I know we all play around and do stupid things sometimes. If you truly have feelings for this person, then I would ask you to talk to them and see maybe that y'all might decide to keep it. But if not, I understand, trying to raise a child, it's hard. I wouldn't want to have to raise my kid singly. He's a expensive little shithead fucker. Still is for that matter. No, not anymore. But he's grown ass man, married, got his own job. His wife's got a good job. They make decent money. Yeah. But anyway, we gotta go. We're gonna take a break. We're 10 minutes past top hour, so we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. And still got a lot of stuff to get through.
Actually, this is the wrong song, but I got it queued up, so I just changed it real quick.
Jay's gonna play some funky jazz music, man. Hey, fuck that. Funk dog, mahog.
Yeah, we'll do that one instead. All right.
Good coffee.
Wawa's holiday drinks are here. Try the peppermint mocha or new snickerdoodle iced latte.
It's the Christmas song.
What the hell? Are you trying to kill me?
You don't like Bing?
But it don't sound like Bing Crosby. I see his name on there, man.
It's definitely
Man, shoot that SOB. Put some man there with real voice and be
dead
hurting
already.
somebody, man. Well, I can't say I like white man. I mean, not that way.
Thing is about this saying is if you say it in the middle of a heated argument,
See, Heidi agrees with me, Jay. She says you pull some bullshit. It ain't big. I know. Sally, have you ever heard Bing Crosby? He does.
It's him.
Look, Wesley, we'll talk about when we come back from bed. I'm a big Sally.
Certainly.
Man.
This is the 450.
I'm gonna take her off my phone. So when Jeffrey got banned in like 61 countries for playing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We'll do Carol though for the next one. Kelly Ross said she wants you to play Jingle Bells in German.
Oh.
Have you ever heard Jingle Bells in German? Drop. Mary, Berry, Jerry, Harry Christmas.
Bele Kliki Maka.
Man, that was scary. That was just scary. What's that, Dean? That was scary, man. That was scary. Sometimes JP some scary, hairy stuff. What can I tell you?
I have a very wide,
Uh,
diverse discography in my brain.
I don't tell him what to play. Get the fuck out of here. Who told you that bullshit? No, indeed. Ain't nobody in this network gets told.
Oh, and now with that, now it's on. Now I'm going to play some like 1930s
That's,
Italian drinking songs. You guys are going to hate them.
Do what? No, Michelle don't care. No, as far as I know, there's no rules about music on the network. The only one is when I get bitchy with y'all is when I got to go take them off of the archive on YouTube. But other than that, no. Putin loves you all and says that if you cooperate, he will give you a house and a mule so that you can move to Moscow. Yes. Well, a mule for them is a vehicle. Yes, not an actual mule. Yes, a house and a mule in Moscow. If you go to St. Petersburg, I think they give you 36,000 rubles or whatever the hell their money is these days. No, actually, to be honest with you, there are several countries now that you can move to that will pay you to come there. There's actually states in the United States, towns that will pay you to come live there. Yes.
There, what? It's a country in Southeast Asia. I think it starts with a B. Anyway, maybe it was Bangladesh. I don't know. There was some country over there that is paying anyone, particularly Americans, to come over and marry their female citizens and get them pregnant and have children.
You know, so my grandson was telling me about another place like that.
Because the populations are dipping so low.
Oh no, Denise, no, I'm too sexy for that. I charge for that kind of behavior. Yes, I'm sorry.
Well, that's the thing. They're going to pay you what yes. I don't know if they'll take offers, but they're paying.
Oh no, Denise, I have 1-900 hot JoJo. It's $100 for the first minute and then $59.99 a minute after that. Yes. Yes, what can I say? Of course I'm worth it. What are you talking about? Oh my God. I'm offended. See, I can't actually say that on air, but yeah, I know what you mean. It better be quick for that kind of money. A quickie costs you $1,000. Oh my God. We have a perverted audience sometimes. No, but anyway, no, we got a bunch of first. You know what? Let me go look over here right quick before we. Oh, by the way, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I meant to say that when it came on and I forgot, but I really do hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and enjoyed themselves and had a lot of good food and did not throw anything at their family members. Okay. No violent stuff at your family. We all love our families and we should not wish harm on them.
Since we've delved into the food porn segment of this hour, the number one new favorite side dish. Want to take a guess as to what it is, Joseph?
Macaroni and cheese.
Correct. Macaroni and cheese was the number one side dish, not mashed potatoes or cranberry sauce or the typical pumpkin pie and that kind of shit.
Look, macaroni and cheese is good stuff, especially if it's.
I love macaroni and cheese, man. Don't get me wrong.
Popeye's got some good macaroni and cheese right now. Anyway, sorry guys, I didn't get off on y'all like that. New poll reveals just how bad Democrat shutdown stunt backfires. Now in single digit. Whoa, what? Single digit? They were at like 14 or 16%. Now they're under 10%. Holy crap, holy. Democrats, I don't know what to tell you. And I don't think there's going to be a big blue wave, Dems. I don't want to hurt your little feelings.
They have committed political suicide throughout the entire party.
So we got a couple of things going on with Pete. We need to talk a little bit about Pete. So y'all know who Pete has sacked. I always got to get that GTH under my tongue. Anyway, Pete, we need to talk a little bit about Pete. So first off, Pete wants to, basically go after Mark Kelly. He's part of the Seditious Six, in case y'all don't know who that is. That's the people who wrote the letters saying,
Mark Kelly is the astronaut military guy.
Yeah, he's the captain in the Navy, retired, and an astronaut. They wrote this letter saying that you should never follow illegal orders. You should never follow illegal orders. Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but when you say that, then you have to say what illegal orders are you talking about? Because you just can't come out of the blue for no reason and say don't follow illegal orders. I mean, there's got to be a fucking reason you said that. Why did you say that? And Kelly comes out and says, it's because of stuff Trump said. Well, he had to go all the way back to 2006 to find some rhetoric that nobody gives a shit about. And then the stuff he said, no, and everybody's like, what are you talking about? So it looks like they're going to be in some trouble. I don't know what you can do. I mean, technically,
I was actually thinking about this today, and particularly about him. Almost all the news media platforms are bashing him of the six. They're bashing him the most, I think.
Because he should.
But I was thinking he's ex-military and he should know this, and Joe knows this, and Joe can back me up. I'm not ex-military, but this is how it works. And in all of their orders, all soldiers have standing orders, and in their standing orders, there are clauses that if they think that an order is unlawful or unconstitutional, what are they supposed to do? They go to their commanding officer, whether that's a sergeant or lieutenant, whoever their immediate officer is. They tell that guy, and then if that guy agrees with them, then they don't follow that order. And it's also, but even before it gets to the bottom root grunt soldier, their lieutenant or their colonel or someone in the line is going to flag an unlawful order. Not everyone in the army is gonna flat out follow.
But sometimes illegal orders come from like lieutenants and stuff.
It'll stop before it even gets to the level of the soldier, but every soldier they've got a rule book as to how to handle that kind of situation.
Yeah, it's called the UCMJ.
To tell them what to do.
Well, senators can't, and that's another problem. Technically, the House and Senate is not even supposed to talk to the military unless there's some kind of committee going on. They're not supposed to talk.
They were speaking directly to military personnel,
so they have
nothing but military personnel in that video.
No, Cal. So the military works as a chain of command. The commander in chief, which is Trump, is the leader. And then it goes down from there through the Joint Chiefs, through the admirals, into the captains, and then it goes out to wherever it needs to. But it doesn't. The Senate cannot give anybody in the military any advice or orders. It's unlawful. That you can, as a senator or a House rep, you can't tell anybody in the military what to do. You don't have that kind of power. So here you are now out there for no reason because no court has told Trump he's made any illegal orders that needed to be changed or shut down.
The
Everything he's
military
doing
cabinet falls directly under the executive branch of the government.
is,
The judiciary and the Senate have very little legal things they can do with or without the army. They like the Senate can approve that the army is sent off to war. That's about the that's all they can do. That's it. And
they can approve money for them and stuff like that, but they can approve money, but they can't tell them what kind of weapons they can't tell them about strategies. None of that stuff is up to the military. I mean, up to the up to the government. They're not allowed to do that. The president can, but none of the rest of them can. The Senate just doesn't have that kind of power. Yeah, it sucks, but they don't. It's not, and they're not supposed to have it. Do you know how confusing it would be if we were to let the Senate run the military? Jesus, they would have been in rainbow. You know what? They would have been dressed in rainbow clothes, the last military.
And their guns would shoot bubbles instead of bullets.
Yes, I mean, no. Some things it's better that the president does it. Well, because the Joint Chiefs are keep an eye on the president. The president goes crazy wacko. They do have the ability without Congress to remove him. Oh, yes, my friend. Who's going to stop the military, Jack? Really? What are you going to say? You can't do that, bad military. What you going to do? Get out there with your 30-06 and shoot at the fucking tank?
Yeah.
I mean,
even if you got lucky and that bullet went down the barrel, it's not going to set that tank to explode.
It don't matter anyway. Avery's got explosive armor on it. You hit it and it explode back the damn armor, probably explode up and blow your head off. I'm just saying, Jack, it's not going to happen that way. It's not how that shit's going to go down. Yeah, we'd like to think we could take on our military, but if we came right down to it, they're way
just remember the poor Chinese fella who stood in front of a tank in Tiananmen Square. You remember what happened to him? He was incinerated by a napalm weapon, a flamethrower. They literally lit his ass up.
Gene, China can't even be considered civilized until it finally admits to what happened there and other atrocities. The United States had to admit to them. Other countries had to admit to them. The Germans had to admit to them. Yeah. What do you mean? Who's the most picked on country in the world? I'd have to say it was Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah. They and not now, just recently, for all time, I think is what it comes down to.
Yeah. At least before written history, it's been happening.
I don't know. I don't know, Jamie. I mean, there's a lot goes on in the military, and the way it's set up, you can't. Well, the president can say whatever the hell the president wants, and then the only way they could disobey the president is to say, okay, we're going to disobey him, but then they'd have to go through Congress and get him to do some other article to say the president's unfit to command, and then you need 2/3 of Congress.
It's not an easy thing to do.
It's really not.
Rainbows and bubbles that's the world I want to live in, says Sally. That is it would be great, but I can't say with the way the facts are.
Slimy bubbles all over.
I don't think it's a possibility. I think there's a happy medium, but I don't think it's all going to ever be.
Sally wants to see everybody get killed, right? Oh, look at the pretty rainbow while you're walking on all that slimy bubble shit on the ground.
I don't think it's ever realistic to ever put down your ability to defend yourself. All animals have natural defensive weapons, so I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, Reese, now we're gonna get to some news, but actually, I was looking for something, but getting back over here. So really, the polls do have now the Democrats in single digits. I don't even know what to think about single digits. That's just horrible.
Single digits as far as popularity, or as far as effectiveness in the job, or both, or what?
It's let's see, what is this? Hold on a second. Stop sending me to Amazon. I'm not buying anything from Amazon. I know it's Black Friday. I don't really give a shit. I know how to shop if I want to shop. Thank you very much, my friends. Actually, I'm trying to see which this one is. Well, if it would let me do it, I could tell you which one I'm on, but probably it's just going to be a you know what. So let's try it the old school way. Oh, no, Denise, it's just a clip I want to put up, and there's actually quite a few clips I want to play, but this one, let's see if it's going to behave. Is it going to go up? Let's go up.
It's up. It's up.
What they're doing now is pointing fingers
let me go back over
and
yonder.
asking each other, what
Why
did
don't I
you
hear
know?
anything?
And when did you know it? Over
I don't
something
hear
everybody
anything. You
else
hear
already
anything,
knew.
Jay? Yeah?
The news is selling you a
See this
book
guy
about
having a conniption
news
fit?
they should have
Says-
told you a year ago for free. It's just fun to watch them continue to push the book in light of this difficult news, but to actually frame this difficult news as perhaps even more of a reason to buy this book. I understand the excitement over an insidious Democratic cover-up about Joe Biden.
Nope. Oh, wait, it's muted up there.
The blood off their hands.
It's
Politico
unmuted, still
says the
nothing.
tell-alls are devastating
Well, guys, I guess we're not
and
gonna
calls
get to
the
hear
former
that.
president an ailing
Yeah, I don't know what to tell
geriatric.
you.
And by the way, I'm kind of bored with it. You've been on the.
Working. What's going on?
And by the way, I'm kind of bored with it. You've been on the public stage here for 10 years
I don't hear
more
anything.
before he was run for president. And since then,
with the Biden tell.
and by the way, I'm kind of bored with it. You've been.
Usually that's not a problem switching between stuff on these. So I don't know. Let's go try something else. I'll listen to us and see if I can hear us.
With the
on these. So I don't know. Let's go try something else.
It's a few seconds behind.
Yeah, I see that. I see it as we're scrolling around. I don't know. Let's go try something else. Mike, and I'm just seeing. Yeah, I see it. I see it as we're scrolling around. I don't know.
Baseball.
Something else. Mike, and I'm just seeing. I know as it gets deeper and deeper in. Like each time it goes up and down, it goes further down. Mike, and I'm just seeing. I know as it gets deeper and deeper in. We're taking out goes up and down, it goes further down. Mike, and I'm just seeing. I know as it gets deeper and deeper in. We're taking out goes up and down, it goes further down. It gets deeper and deeper in. Taking out goes up and down.
They're insane.
Yes, we're definitely taking out goes up and down.
They're insane. Hey, wow.
Jesse's like, dude, it's keeping going. Yes, it's keeping on trucking. It's don't ask me why it's doing it like I do. It's alien technology. Yes, it is. No, let's get out of here. Let's go.
Mirror infinity trick. It works with cameras too.
I don't know why we're not getting audio. Well, I might have to send you over here to play these because it's not letting me. Let's see. Let's go down here to another one. They're all saying they're muted, but when I put them in, I unmute them. Let's see. Here's Bill Maher unmuted.
Differently. They seem to have the technology. I learned from your movie too. I felt this was a very positive, even though some people would read it differently. They seem to have the technology. I learned from your movie to turn off or on our nuclear weapons. There was an instance. Was there not?
Yeah. There's been a few events where UAP activity over nuclear weapon sites has activated the missiles in some case and then turned them off in some cases. And it's obviously a display of power of some sort. Your guess is as good as mine of what the intention is, but it's concerning.
Well, it's concerning also if they are going to be able to turn off our nuclear missiles. I say they can't get here soon enough.
That's pretty good.
That to me looks like they're saving us from ourselves. Possibly.
Yeah. It could be, there's been different opinions voiced in my film, right? Some people say it's the equivalent of adults taking matchsticks out of the hands of children, right? That's one way to look at it. Another way is they're concerned about our progress nuclearly and they're trying to deter us from moving forward.
I felt this was a very positive,
I didn't hear you. I was paying attention
even though some people would read it differently. They seem to have the technology, I learned from your movie, to turn off or on our nuclear weapons. There was an instance, was there not?
Yeah, there's been a few events where UAP activity over nuclear weapon sites has activated the missiles in some case and then turned them off in some cases. And it's obviously a display of power of some sort. Your guess is as good as mine of what the intention is, but it's concerning.
Well, it's concerning also if they are going to be able to turn off our nuclear missiles. I say they can't get here soon enough. You know, that to me looks like they're saving us from ourselves.
Well, not necessarily.
Possibly.
In some cases, they turn.
It could be, you know, there's been different opinions voiced in my film, right? Some people say it's the equivalent of adults taking matchsticks out of the hands of children, right? That's one way to look at it. Another way is they're concerned about our progress nuclearly and they're trying to deter us from moving forward.
I felt this was a very positive,
All right,
even though some people would read it differently. They seem to have the.
So, but real quick, when I would agree with them, you know, the scary part isn't that they can turn them on and off. Is that what they did with the American weapons is they turned them off, and with the Russian weapons they brought them to launch readiness, like as in they could easily just launch them. So you know how does that either one of those actions say that they're trying to save us from ourselves and you know take?
Well, actually they don't, but there's been so the United States on at least with that last testimony that was given to Congress on at least 3 occasions now they've turned our weapons on as well as turned them off. And according to not Putin, what's his name? Medvedev, is that his name? Whatever his name is.
Medvedev.
He said on at least one occasion they had been turned off over there. They thought the Americans had come up with some kind of new weapon they were using from a satellite to control their missiles.
Yeah.
Actually, Jack, that shit gets crazy, man. I mean,
well, that's just scary because it means that they can do one of two things. They can turn one side's weapons off and launch the others. Or they can launch everybody's and just, like, you know, incinerate the planet.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I didn't talk over you. Didn't know it had popped up on the screen. All right, so let's see what this has to say. Now, this is Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly. Sorry, Sean, if you're listening, man. This is Mark Kelly. No relation to Sean Kelly. Mark Kelly sounds like a little prick. You know, the sad thing is, I used to actually like this guy. I followed some of his stuff with NASA and some of the other things he's did. Him and another gentleman he works with, and he actually did some good stuff. And I remember when he decided to run for Congress. And so, liberal or not, you know, he's kind of a good guy. Now he's turning out to be a doofus. But let's see what this has to say. I don't know how long this is, so I don't know how long y'all going to get to listen.
We did say that, Sally, yes. Look, you got it on mute. Top left.
Oh, it's flung over again.
It's muted.
Look at these losers.
Can't hear it.
That's a word.
It sounds like it's muted. I think you have it muted on that screen. Yeah, there's an X on your speaker, so you have to change that.
Is there? I don't know why there is.
Oh, it's paused. Is it paused?
Yeah, I paused it. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Anyway, let me put it back. This is something different. I wanted to look at it first. Oh, this is about the troops aren't needed. Let's see what else they got on this list.
People who are on school right now.
I can't hear that one.
What was that,
People
Jay?
who are on school.
The law specifically says that the president can call into federal service units from any state. It does not say the Guard is restricted within its own state. And of course, once the president federalizes troops, well, the jurisdiction extends federally across state boundaries. The law specifically says that the president can call.
People who are on school right now.
Okay, it's not news here.
The
Peanut.
best
All this other
podcast
crap
software,
around here.
Opus Clip.
Who is subject to the UCMJ under Article 2.
So I don't know. Article 2, UCMJ, he's going to be in trouble. He shouldn't have said anything. But I don't think it's fair that he only gets in trouble.
Aren't they all ex-military?
Yes, but he was the only one that retired. So I don't think the other ones can get in as much trouble. We can't hold him, but they can hold him. He's a captain, which is also way to hell up there. It's like a colonel. So he just should have never done this. He should have known better.
Yeah, I mean,
the CIA people, I understand. They're sleazy fucks to start off with.
Well, and beyond the fact that beyond the fact that it's tacky and out of his jurisdiction, of the scope of his job. On top of everything else, I mean, it's not his place to do that.
You know, there's been a lot of people come forward and talk about this. I was just listening to a Air Force vet a little while ago talk about it. These people are pissed. I haven't heard anybody in the military say this was a good thing, by the way. I haven't even heard Democrats from the military say this was a good thing.
Yeah, a lot of people are pissed.
Wait, let me do this right. The age of disclosure deception. Ooh.
Yeah, that guy we were seeing in the interview. That's his video, The Age of Disclosure.
Stephen Greer sucks wee dogs.
And who's that in the background behind him? Who's that other dude?
Don't you know? Let's see. Does it say in the?
I've seen him before. I can't remember his name. He's like ex-CIA.
New podcast, Age of Deception. Stephen sucks, guys. Not Stephen Bissett. Stephen Bissett's a good guy. Stephen Greer sucks. He's a fraud Age of Disclosure film, whereas the discussion that we are shooting down ET craft, we are the threat, not the ETs. The film setting in war.
Stephen Greer is the Barack Obama of the UFO community.
Yes, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he gave up his license to be an anesthesiologist for some reason. He won't tell anyone.
Well, at first,
filling up for the pump right now sure feels a lot less painful. Just take a look at that price: $1.85 a gallon. The Denver metro area hasn't seen prices.
The New York emergency room as an emergency ER doctor. And then somebody was talking about his private practice, and then all of a sudden he wasn't practicing all. He said it took up. He couldn't efficiently go through his UFO stuff while he was still working. Which either means he had a shitload of money in the bank, or plan on making a shitload of money from ufology, which he has, by the way.
Or
$5,000 a tour.
He couldn't pay his insurance on his 2 office practices and had to fold shop.
No, if he was working as an ER doctor at the emergency room, he was making money because it means he was doing probably 56 a week or 60 hours a week. He was making money. I don't think that was his issue. I maybe he effed up or something. Maybe he just didn't like it. You know,
but he doesn't speak about it. So.
Yeah, there were some rumors and some other stuff, but I'm not going to talk about it because the rumors I have never really been able to really find out if they were true or not. Well, Kirk, you never know. Well, sometimes rumors are true, and sometimes rumors are not true. It's not us. But anyway, where's Heidi? Yeah, this person I believe is in Colorado. Tori Mason. Let's see. Found the cheapest. These fucking people in Colorado. Look at these fucking people.
CBS Colorado.
Look at these people.
Filling up for the pump right now sure feels a lot less painful. Just take a look at that price: $1.85 a gallon. The Denver metro area hasn't seen prices this low around Thanksgiving in about 5 years. AAA says it's a matter of supply and demand, but how long will these low prices last?
How long will the demand
last? Filling up for the pump right now sure feels a lot less painful. Just take a look.
It's
Yeah, but it's a supply and demand. It's an ongoing demand. I mean, come on. It's our number one primary source of conveyance across the planet.
Let's throw this one up. Jay, you're gonna love this one. Let me see if I can throw this up. Where is our screen? Oh, it's up there, isn't it? Okay. This is a senator right here.
Actually, he's on the left.
He's oh, I was just pointing over his name over here.
I'm kidding. I don't care.
Okay, it's Democrats are not the fun party. So he had some pretty serious emails leaked, where he is basically talking about how effed up his party is, and how he doesn't like being a Democrat, and why he may be leaving the party, and other stuff like that. It's you just gotta kind of go, what the hell? Wait, here's some drone from Bristol.
New Orleans, and this place is, I've never seen anything like it or smelled
These
anything
are the
like
Brits
it.
coming over,
This is
going all over the United
insane. We're
States.
going to take you with us. I'm very overstimulated. I don't know what's happening right now. This place is... We've just been given drinks that look like a grenade. Like an alien. I don't know, let's try it.
Oh man,
It's like a sushi. That is so strong. Mental.
I think we should go in Pat O'Brien's. Pat O'Brien sounds cool.
Piano bar.
It's on anyway.
Whoa! Wait, these are so good. I'll take two. Yay!
oh my God! So people, you see what you look like when you're down on Bourbon Street acting like idiots. You look like idiots. See, that's a tourist on Bourbon Street. People, they're actually, these guys are cool. They're from England. They've been coming over. They toured all through Louisiana, eating foods and all. And then they've been touring all around the United States, eating different places, and they go home and show you the difference between there and over here. And he said he never understood about America until he got here. He said, you know, you drive an hour in England, you done drove halfway across the damn island. Or another hour after that, you're in damn France. He's like, so he said,
yeah, if you hit that tunnel thingy, yeah.
He said he rode to work with one of the guys he was talking and staying with. He said the guy had an hour each way. He said, you drive this every day? He said, yeah, this ain't nothing. He said, man, it's nice. He said, this ain't nothing. He said, we'll take you out on the weekend. They went ride, you know. He crossed through 3 states. The guy's like, wow, this is just, yeah. That's like the girl who was talking. Wait, this might be her right here, actually. Let's see if this is her. Talking smack about Americans.
Americans, in the eyes of Europeans, they can seem a little bit uncultured sometimes because they don't travel. But after living for over a year in the US, now I totally get it. It's not like there is Ryanair in the middle of Texas, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you cannot buy a $15 ticket to go to New York or LA. So when it comes to travel to Europe, like, no, it's just impossible. It's just so hard. You cannot really travel like that. It costs so much. This country is so huge. Like, when you drive an hour, it brings you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I've been driving through PA and now I'm in Texas, and it's the same. 1 hour is like 10 minutes in Europe. So it's not about they're uncultured or they don't want to travel. The way the country is and the way the economy is, it's completely different. Americans, in the eyes of Europeans, they can seem a little bit...
Her accent is pretty good.
Yeah, she's German, I think.
You're Europeans. I was like, what? You're Europeans.
Well, no, but she's right. I mean, we don't travel across Europe very often because we have so much here to travel across. It just makes sense, you know.
Let's see. Let's do this guy.
The FBI is now seeking interviews with the Democratic lawmakers who said to the military, if there is an illegal order, don't follow it. Aren't folks in the military not supposed to follow illegal orders?
So this is an issue where obviously you're going to have two groups of people that see this completely differently. I mean, when I saw that video, I was outraged for the president because it's obvious what the Democrats were trying to do. They were trying to create a narrative that the president had, in fact, given illegal orders. Nobody's yet named an illegal order. All the people in the video went on TV and got asked, what are the illegal orders? None of them can name an illegal order. Alessa Slotkin, who's supposed to be the moderate and the smart person in that group, said, well, you know, we have this movie, A Few Good Men. I mean, it was so unserious, but the point was clear. They're trying to program their political party, half the country, into believing that the president has given an illegal order, which has not happened. And so he's outraged. Every Republican that I know is outraged. The legalities of this, the investigatory part of this, I'm less sure about. But I'll tell you this, it's not good to treat the military like pawns. These Democrats shut down the government 43 days and didn't pay them. And now they're out here using them in this illegal order video, which is obviously political. I think some people, in our coalition are thinking they keep treating the military like pawns. It's very disrespectful to treat the military this way.
The FBI is now seeking interviews with the Democratic lawmakers who said to the military, if there is an illegal order, don't follow it. Aren't folks in the military not supposed to follow illegal orders?
So this is an issue where obviously you're going to have two groups of people that see this completely differently. I mean, when I saw that video,
this is why there's so much attention being paid to the seditious six. The seditious six came along and said, you know what, military? We don't like Trump. We don't like Pete Hegseth. We don't like what this administration represents. So you know what? Don't obey unlawful commands. Now, you're sitting there scratching your head wondering, why would they do this now? Accept it, move on. But to rage the way these Democrats
Sorry, gas prices at almost a 4-year low. Sorry, I cut that one short. The guy was boring the hell out of me, man.
Yeah, it was.
It's I mean, I don't know if he's bored me. He had to be killing our audience. We got lots of these ones that Democrats are arguing. Military defy Trump's illegal orders. Yeah, we see. But you know why I like hearing these? Let's see. It's because of
that
the
was
reporters.
U.S. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche telling Sean Hannity a federal investigation is warranted into the 6 Democrat lawmakers who put out a video telling U.S. military troops to refuse to follow orders from the Trump administration. Deputy AG Blanche saying there is no law being violated. Let's welcome to the show for his debut. He's former U.S. Army Captain Doug Truax. Captain, thanks for your service to America. Thank you for joining us. What's your reaction to this? Because not only are they saying ignore orders, they didn't name a single order they deemed illegal and that should not be followed. Isn't that fomenting general insubordination in the military?
Well, that's right, Liz, and thanks for having me on. So, yeah, this is very, very dangerous stuff they're doing here. They're getting really close to some really crazy lines that none of us thought we'd ever see in our country. And they're being kind of cute about it. They're saying you don't have to obey illegal orders. Well, newsflash, whenever you join the military and you support the Constitution and say you'll defend it with your life, you know right away you don't have to obey illegal orders. Everybody knows that. And so what they're throwing out there is, well, there might be a possibility we'll come back and tell you what's illegal, or we want you to decide on your own what is illegal, when everybody in the military knows the Constitution says that the president's the commander-in-chief. There's a chain of command that goes all the way down, and the commander-in-chief is in charge, and the officers over you are in charge, and you have to obey them. And so for these guys to kind of float out that, hey, we were in the military, we were in the intelligence community, we might let you know that something that's going on is even though it seems like it might be legal, we're going to say it's illegal, and so you don't have to follow along. I think it's really just them, this ongoing feeling they've got, the reality that they're losing control of their power base, especially as we do immigration crackdowns in big cities. And so they're trying to get to a place where they can tell people in the military, well, you shouldn't do what the president wants you to do, even though it's perfectly legal. If you feel it's illegal, you just go ahead and disobey it. Now, I would tell you this, that everybody in the military knows that's wrong. And I would encourage everybody in the military that's seen this to think to themselves, I know what's right. I'm going to do what's right. Because if they do what these guys are talking about, they'll get court-martialed. All kinds of terrible things will happen, and they know that. So we just got to stay steady on this. Yeah.
Yeah, Captain, it is striking that Democrats didn't specifically cite any actual Trump policy in the video. So voters are saying they don't know what Democrats are talking about. I mean, let's get your reaction to this. Watch Fox News' Martha McCallum take on one of the Democrats in the video, Colorado Democrat Jason Crow. Watch Jason Crow, dodge Martha McCallum. She did a great job here. Watch.
You're talking about illusions. You're not talking about actual policy. Are they talking about not allowing gunboats to make it to the United States carrying drugs? No. Is that what you're talking about?
Martha, here's a novel idea.
how about we actually prevent things from happening before they become a problem?
I think that's what they're
Right?
trying to do.
What you're saying is we have to wait until there's a problem to respond to that problem.
No, I'm not.
I'm
What
reminding them of their
specific order
obligation
from the commander in chief that we are asking our military to carry out are you objecting to? This is very, very vague, and it was so vague in this video. I don't think people could figure out what you guys were all talking about, honestly.
Martha, Donald Trump has made a series of very disturbing comments and suggestions that would violate U.S. law and put our military in terrible positions.
Again, we're getting nowhere.
Yeah, getting nowhere. Why couldn't he answer the question? He wouldn't answer the question. You heard that, right, Captain? Let's point out, by the way, the Trump administration, just in the first 10 months, they've caught at least 80,000 criminal illegal aliens. We're seeing numbers as high as 110,000. Joe Biden let into the U.S. unvetted 11 million illegal aliens. Many of them Trender-Aragua, MS-13 gang members, terrorists, murderers, rapists, kidnappers, assaulting U.S. citizens, children too. So how can is that illegal? No, it's what the president's doing there. There's no illegality there. Why can't that Democrats specify which order is illegal?
Yeah, how about it? Those guys, and the illegality of letting all those illegal immigrants in. I mean, it's crazy. Well, that guy too in particular, it's really hard to watch. He's an Army Ranger, as was I. That guy has sold his soul for political power. That's all he's got. He's just trying to get power out of this deal.
All right. Captain Truax, thank you for being with us, and thank you for your service to America. Appreciate you very much. Now watch this. Okay, that was U.S. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche.
I know we could do links like this. Makes it easier. What we got here?
Now, I don't want to overstate this, but the Dems are in trouble. So there is a think tank named Welcome. It's funded by left-wing money. Michael Bloomberg, Samuel Walton, Reid Hoffman, James Murdoch, all left-wingers. They pump a lot of money into this political action committee. So this study, and thousands of Americans. So what do you think about the Democratic Party? It wasn't all Democrats now, across the board. 70% of Americans believe, according to this study, Democratic Party is, quote, out of touch. All right, that number was 51% in 2013 when Barack Obama was president. Okay, so the Democratic Party from 51.5 thought it was out of touch back under Obama is now 70. That's a catastrophe. Now, there are strongholds of progressive thought: Boston, New York, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, that kind of thing. But the mass of people are going, you know what? This party's not doing it for us. Now, let me get specific about the study. So the people who are objecting to the Democratic point of view object to protecting migrants, top issue. They don't like the Democrats are doing that. Insisting on tax increases, okay, because Democrats want to raise taxes, all right? Involved with the gay trans stuff, that's hurt them, the Democratic Party, and basically being woke and politically correct all the time. Okay, so that's where the Democrats stand. They have a very weak hand. Jersey might vote for a Republican next Tuesday. If that happens, that's a big signal. In Virginia, I don't think the Republican candidate's going to win the governorship, and it's not impressing me very much.
They have a chance.
But Jersey.
You're a vet. I'm a vet. We know what the UCMJ says, but this video they put out also violates the UCMJ, and I believe you have the code that it violates. Could you read that out loud first and foremost to get things started?
It's absolutely my pleasure. Primary crime, 18 USC 2387. Activities affecting armed services, seditious conspiracy, variant aimed at the military. Title 18, Chapter 115, 2387 specifically prohibits advising, counseling, urging, or in any manner causing an attempt to cause insubordination, disloyalty, mutiny, or refusal of duty by any member of the military and naval forces of the United States. Distributing any material with intent to cause such mutiny or disloyalty is penalty up to 20 years in prison, a fine, or both. This statute was originally part of the 1940 Smith Act amendments and was explicitly written to cover exactly this kind of speech or organizing directed at U.S. troops. Accountability needs to be happening right now. There's so much aspects from Russia to this sitting in front of us right now. And that's why they feel so emboldened to run their mouth like they do and say whatever they want. They don't believe that anything is coming at them. They're calling out the bluff of the Trump administration. And overtly, I don't think it's going to bite, because I think that they are going to answer this. The entire nation's losing their mind. Veterans are doing videos all over the country. And I think it's important that this accountability happens, and it happens now, because we can't finish what Donald Trump has started over the next 3 years with this accountability issue hanging over our head. It's time for people to start going to prison.
You're a vet. I'm a vet. We know what the UCMJ says, but this video they put out also violates the UCMJ, and I believe you have the code that it violates. Could you read that out loud first and foremost to get things started?
It's absolutely my pleasure. Primary crime, 18 USC 2387. Activities affecting armed services.
Love you, dude.
Seditious
We only need to
conspiracy.
hear it one time. We need to hear it multiple times. Yeah, we're good. Oh, what's this crazy one going to say?
Look, it said.
I'm actually very fucking confused.
Oh, confused.
Because I thought just associating with Jeffrey Epstein was enough to be considered a pedophile piece of shit. But it appears that people like Larry Summers and Hakeem Jeffries actually had a friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. After his conviction, Larry Summers was asking him for relationship advice. And Hakeem Jeffries was trying to solicit campaign funds from Epstein by inviting him to a dinner. Why is the left so quiet about this? They should be outraged. How dare anybody be associated with Epstein? How dare anybody have a friendship with Epstein, especially after his conviction? Oh, I got it. It's because you guys are full of shit. Yeah, you don't actually care who associates with him, as long as you can paint a picture that Trump associated with him and did something wrong. It always comes back to Trump, doesn't it? Because that's all you guys care about, is trying to implicate Trump in any sort of wrongdoing. Meanwhile, your Democratic overlords and people that are heading your wonderfully democratic facilities are the ones that maintain the closest relationship with Epstein, regardless of what he was caught doing. Wouldn't be the first time y'all were absolutely full of shit, and I know it won't be the last.
Yeah, she was arrested. Where's this? Let me get back where I can see everybody. Take this down for a minute. I'll put my beautiful face on for a second. Hey, there we go. We got to take a break in a minute, guys. So, and then we still got to talk about a lot of this stuff that we just played. There's still a lot more of it to come, and then we still have all of the stuff from. Oh, let me give y'all a couple of quick samples. Where am I at? Maybe I can use this page. Yeah, I can use this page. This will work. Let's see. We have, where'd it go? Am I losing my marbles? There it is. Okay, I need that page. So we got a lot of good stuff. So we're going to be talking about, let me see real quick. Oh, so they think they may have found Atlantis. So we got to talk about that for sure. Yes.
Yeah, again.
Alien researchers insist the University of Minnesota faces, oh wait, no, this is another one. University of Minnesota faces backlash, and we'll get to that. That was just, wow. Alien comet. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about the president, and Pete's in trouble because supposedly two people came forward and then said, Pete said, take no prisoners on that first attack, and there was two people. They said to make sure to take no prisoners. Now, if that's true and he said that and they can prove it, he's in a world of shit. But since they said it was a verbal order, I don't know if they can prove it or not. And I don't know who these two people who supposedly said it are. So we'll have to find out all of that wonderful stuff.
I don't know, but aren't verbal orders in the Navy, aren't they repeated at least twice before they're considered a command?
Other people had to hear it. If it was an order, somebody else had to hear it. Like the commander of the crew boats. Well, the planes, whoever did the strikes. Somebody else had to hear it then. So anyway, we're gonna go take a if I can find my way back to the YouTube page. We're going to take a break here. No, there's a bunch of stuff in there. There's some stuff I want to talk to you about Russia. And like I said, there's still stuff on Facebook. We had an abundance of little stuff for this particular show. Yeah. Yeah. It's just the way it seemed to have worked out. Yeah. So anyway, let me kick this up. There's actually going to be 2 songs back to back, peeps. So chill out, relax, do whatever you got to do. Get a cocktail. It's Friday night, 11:02 midnight for you people out on the west. 10 p.m. All good hours for a good cocktail. Yes, chill out, relax. No. We no, dude, we still got other stuff. No, I can't. I got to. In order to play what I'm going to play, you got to take it down. Yeah. It's just the way it is. So this is little Dean Martin, and then we're going to play Carol of the Bells. And then we'll be back, and I don't know. We'll see. We got a bunch of stuff. Will we get it all in? Who knows for sure. Highly unlikely. Well, here we go.
Save on new appliances at Best Buy. Tis the season to save at Best Buy.
Oops. Guess Best Buy owes you some money.
That's what I'm thinking, little suckers. Hey, why ain't this thing playing? What the hell's going on? Okie dokie. What? It just froze it slow? No, I guess not. I don't know, people. Hey, you see it? Don't want to click. I know it's maybe there's something odd about it. Well, I actually thought I destroyed a router last night, man. Well, not a router, but a modem. It's man, I was coming through the back of the office, caught my foot on it, sent it some bitch brand new, man. I was like, oh Lord, I probably destroyed the thing, but nope. It's working. So I don't know if we're gonna get to hear this last song, people, because it don't seem to want to be queuing up for some reason. Sometimes
refresh the page, maybe. I don't know.
no, I did. Now it's saying wait for the page to be even to refresh the page.
Oh.
It won't even go anywhere. And I might as well come and take it off here. Maybe if I hear it, I'll throw it back up there. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about all that weirdness with that last song. It was going to be Jingle Bells by the Tabernacle Choir. Wait, I heard a dong. Oh, that was Jay did the dong. I thought the song came back on. I was like, wait.
Jingle gong.
It's no, Steven, it's no, because we got the sound effects in the thing now. Yeah, the sound effects. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. Now we got, like I said, we still got some stuff on Facebook. This one here is a little bit about the Epstein files. It's just a lot of stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
What'd you find?
Hold on. It just started playing in my ear.
Yeah.
That is on some crack. Oh my God! Look out! Your mama had an attack. In a 57 Chevrolet.
Sing the girls tonight and sing the sleighing song. Just get up off the hay, 240 for his speed. Then hitch him to an open sight, and I will take the lead. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse jingle all the way.
You're a freaking weirdo, yeah. Yes, there you are. Your mama dropped in your head. Oh, quiet, Peter. Yes, quiet. Oh, you're hitting one winning Powerball ticket every week. Who the hell are you, buddy? I think you'd make every newspaper in the world if that was true. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Sorry about all that craziness. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. You know what? Before we go back to any YouTube links, let's go over. No. Let's roll over Beethoven. I ain't heard that in a long time. I did listen to a Whiter Shade of Pale last night for some reason.
That's a good song.
Yeah, so it is a good song. It's when you listen, that's a good song. So Putin rejects real peace, leaves Trump with 3 choices. And what could these 3 choices be? We could just
bomb Russia, bomb Ukraine, or bomb both.
Yeah, that's see, show 'em where you at when I need you, man. Doomsday has lost it, man. I'm gonna have to tattle in your ass tomorrow, buddy. Oh my God. But actually,
Those are
right.
the three options, right? Bomb one, bomb the other, or bomb them both.
Well, there is the option to bomb them all. We'll call that one option, though, all of them. And then there is the option to sanction them all out of existence. But some of the sanctions we'd actually have to physically run blocks on to make sure they wasn't happening. And probably
Yeah,
go over there and
I
take
don't
over
think we have a
Iran.
lot of control over some of their trade. Like, we think we do, like with India and Pakistan, who do trade with them.
Well, we could probably force those kind of countries or put serious enough burdens on them that they would quit.
Pakistan's main industry, their export is basically clothing.
Yeah, we'll send it here. We'll buy it.
We are buying it. That's the thing. They're selling to
Yeah.
both sides of the Caribbean, as it were.
Yeah, but we'll get them other deals in other places if they just stop. But it's not even that. I mean, it's the oil and stuff like that. That's where Russia's making its money.
Yeah.
Sending, sneaking out of oil, and Iran sneaking out of oil. No, the U.S. Navy just needs to put a stop to it. No, they just need to put a stop to it and say, hey, look, no, you're not going to fucking play. You're not going to go. You're not allowed in the real world anymore. We took a vote, Putin. Fuck you. You want to start a nuclear war? You're going to be the first motherfucker that dies. Just keep that in mind, my big boy, because we know where you are all the time. You know that iced tea you had when you were at McMurdo? Oh no, it wasn't McMurdo. What was it? It was the one in Alaska. When you went to base in Alaska, they gave you that iced tea that you had to drink. There was a microchip in there. It goes into your test and it just latches on it. I think
No, it wasn't even that. It was a whole bunch of nanites that self-replicate, so you can't miss them out.
Now, these you can't find these things. They're in there. Now we know where you are every minute, every day. We can track you even a mile in the ground. So guess what, buddy? You can't hide. You're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you want, go ahead and get froggy. And so just recently, the United States released some information on some new weapons that I didn't know we had. I kind of maybe thought we had, but wasn't sure. And if the new plasma cannon tests are absolutely real, everybody's fucking in trouble. The one that Elon was talking about, if that thing is real, that thing can split asteroids in half. It's a beast.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it could do to a city or a ship.
Well, I don't know what how rapid the second shot is, but if it can pulverize a large asteroid, if it can shoot fast enough, it can pulverize the smaller bits as it breaks up. It'd be like asteroids.
So if it's
bing,
within
bing, 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 until it breaks apart.
No, if it's within X amount of like 100 miles or 200 miles, it cuts it like a knife. It's a solid beam. It doesn't. That's what was so freaky. So they showed the one. So the guy said it's a pulse plasma thing they're testing out west. Okay, it's cool looking. So I'm expecting to see like a woo, pow, and then something getting the shit blown out of it, right? Right? That's what you would expect. Pulse. Oh hell no! It went woo, pow, and this blue ass light came out of it and went out about a quarter mile, and everything it touched it.
Do you have that video? Show it.
It's somewhere. It's way back on Facebook, but it's on Facebook still. But so what's the rule now? A month your stuff stays up. It might still be up on Facebook.
I don't know.
It's but yeah, Facebook changed their rules now. I think you actually have to select something if you want it to stay more than a month. Yeah, they got don't ask me. I have any control over what the fuck Mark Zuckerberg does. Yes, he's not going to listen to me. He's going to be like, well, how much money you got, dude? Do you have 50 billion in the bank? No? Well, shut the fuck up.
Was it called firing the Lorentz plasma cannon?
I don't know. There's more than one of them. So if you find them on my page, it's like 4 or 5 of them.
No, I just Google searched it.
You can ask questions like, are these real? Or these AI? What the hell are these? Because some of them look like AI to me. But there's a couple that when I went and put them online to fact check them, they were real.
I think we looked at this. One already. Yeah, we looked at this one.
what's that? No, gee, there's a lot of new stuff out there. There's a lot of freaky stuff out there. Oh yeah, man. I mean, there's, and then we're going to talk about some technology in just here in a second. I want to see, make sure I have the link around somewhere. Well, just in case I'm going to show anything, it's.
Electromagnetic plasma rifle test at night.
What are you talking about? Oh no, I know what you're talking about. Okay. So is this it? Let's see. I don't know if this is the right one or not. Let's see what it says. Oh no, this is the tire one. No, I think we've seen this one. We might look at it again though. Put it on pause. So the drone, where did it go? I just had it in front of me. So the Ukraine defended its largest drone attack yet. Russia hit them with 442 drones and 41 missiles, and the government got them all down.
Wait, okay. Russia sent those missiles and drones, and Ukraine knocked them all down?
Ukraine knocked them all down.
Wow.
Well, I think we gave. You remember that thing we played? I think it was like last week or the week before. That little, it looked like a kind of like a truck thing, and they pulled it out into the field, and it had a panel on each side, and the drones came flying at it. It wiggled, and all the drones fell out the sky. Maybe we gave them one of those. So also, in case you haven't noticed, people in Ukraine, there's silk string strung out all over the place. One, it's to help defend the Ukrainians against Russian drone attacks, but also both the Russians and the Ukrainians use it's like a silk. It's spun into the machine, and they use it. That's how they guide it and everything. Yeah, it's string control. It's like it's not even remote. I mean, it's actually still got a wire attached to it. It's like in the old days when remote controls had a wire attached to it. When you drove
wire guided, yeah. There are still some missiles that are wire guided.
Yeah, but yeah, so this one, and it's got quite a range on it. I'm surprised how far it actually went. It's but you can see the string laying all over the ace from that. But there's also got another kind of string they use to help defend against them. Oh no, the Ukraine is teaching the world how to fight and defend against drones. It's also showing American Chinese how many drones we can use. We're gonna both build millions of these fucking things. Gonna be like release, the whole sky is gonna go dark from the east coast of the United States to the west coast of China. Oh wait, no, it would have to be the other way. So yeah,
it's gonna be the next new toy fad is, military type looking drones that you have games where you fly against your friends in the air and shoot them down.
Let's see, Trump official faces. Oh yeah, this is the one where we were talking about legal jeopardy over orders leaked. Kill leaks. Putin threat. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Trump official faces serious legal jeopardy after orders to kill leaks. So that's what they're saying. He ordered no. So I've read this now like 5 different times from 5 different sources, and it's slightly different each time, which makes a little bit of a difference. It says the kill order. So if it's just a kill order, that's just an attack order. Did he single out to kill individuals? Did he say take no survivors? Oh, that shit makes a difference. So I guess
that's back to the Pete Hegseth thing.
Yeah. So he's in trouble for that and something else. We talked about it, whatever the other thing was earlier. I know people went right out of my mind though. Putin threatens EU, vows retaliation over Ukraine loan plan. Ukraine. And then this is the other article. Ukraine destroys largest single drone barrage. So that was kind of cool. Now this one, I seen the video of this, and I don't have it right now because I don't know what to do with it. But this is a ATACMS ATACMS strike. First time we've allowed the Ukraine to use these inside Russia. They fly about 360 miles inland, and from what I hear, they're one big ass bomb.
Yeah, they said they one launched in there about 180 centimeters, which is about 260 kilometers. Or,
Kilometers, no, 180 kilometers, not centimeters. Centimeters, nothing, man. What is that?
100 kilometers is equivalent to 360 miles.
Yeah, miles. Yeah, it's about not quite double, but it's close.
It's the conversion rate is 2.54. So yeah, it is. It's almost
it's actually more than
a little more than double, but
yeah,
you can round it down, and it's accurate enough.
See, I always thought that the world should learn how to merge the metric system and the standard system, because some things the standard system does better, and some things the metric system does better. But when you're measuring with centimeters instead of inches, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, centimeters are tiny. What is it, 4 inch or something? No, man, that's just a 1/4 inch. I mean, that's one of the things you're looking at. Or it's 36 degrees Celsius outside. Yeah, and it's like 88 degrees or something. Okay, that's just dumb. Let's just be honest about it. It's just dumb.
Well, but do you know? I mean, I'm sure you do, Joe. But I got asked. It's a good trivia question. What does SAE stand for?
Well, wait. It depends what are we talking about in context of?
With tools, the size of tools. When you go to the tool store, you have two sizes. You got SAE and you got millimeter, mm. What does SAE mean?
Standard.
No.
What's it mean?
Society of Automotive Engineers.
Oh man, what the fuck with that crap?
You
ask any contract. You ask any contract, he's going to tell you standard. Maybe he'll tell you fuck you, Jay. That's what he's going to tell you. He's going to tell you fuck you, Jay. Look, John said it. He said fuck you, Jay.
You got to know that standing in the Home Depot when the old guy asks you, if you don't know it, he's not going to buy that tool from you.
No, man, he got that good Pennsylvania weed. That's why he's like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm in the middle of our country. Yeah, that is true too.
The U.S. strikes cripple Venezuelan smuggling hub, sparking economic freefall in regime.
I think Venezuela is about to go, start getting their ass kicked because Donald Trump just was it this afternoon or yesterday? He pretty much flat out said, we're about to stomp your grounds, dude. So if Maduro doesn't stop the and I was about to say transmissions. If he doesn't stop the shipments of drugs from his country to ours, I think Trump is going to take the country over.
He might give it to somebody. He might give it to that little girl, the one that said
he might just annex it and let her control it as another
as a
territory of the United States.
He can do that. The Democrats would have.
Why not?
Well, first of all, the Democrats would lose their mind, and more importantly, they'd try to give
Democrats
it back.
are already losing their mind. So what have we got to lose?
You could sell America on it with all the oil and all the other things they got in Venezuela.
Hell yeah.
You could sell America on it. The Democrats are going to be the one that want to give you shit about it because they're retards.
Especially if you did the airlines do cheap airline tickets down there for vacation. Hell yes.
Well, what do you mean, Jeff? I offended a retard because I used the word retard. Well, retards shouldn't be listening to shows, just like children shouldn't be listening to this show, because I say things like "fuck off, asshole," or "you know what, you're an asshole." So I mean, yes. So you shouldn't listen to this kind of show. Yeah, it's not my fault. It's whoever's their keeper is. That's who you should be bitching at, not me. No, I'm serious. Crackdown. Trump is making life affordable again for every American, and here's how.
Is he sending us $1 million each? I'll take it.
Well, we're gonna probably all get $2,000 each. I would bet you within a month or two of November next year, we're gonna all get $2,000. We might actually get two. Okay, it's a great segue. So we might actually get a couple things. So the emperor wants to do away with income tax. Or at least
he did. They were saying that today.
So let me explain that. So first off, he wants to give you Americans, 240 million of you, $2,000 each. I forgot what it came out to be, 33 billion or 333 million. I got it written down somewhere. It's not near as horrible as I thought it was going to be, though. And
it doesn't sound near like the 5,000 Musk was promising either.
So, no, wait, let me finish. So he wants to do that, and he wants to do that sometime in the beginning of the year to help people get through their taxes and to get through the from the holidays to help recover faster. Then sometime in fall, he was saying somewhere probably in October, they want to do another $2,000 stimulus to get you into the holiday season, which would just happen to be, maybe 2 weeks before the 2026 election. So, I mean, yeah, maybe it's cheating. I don't know. Kind of seems borderline to me, but still, but by that point, everybody knows who's going to vote for anyway. So I'm thinking you could do it, and then so y'all know how it's going to pay for the by the tariffs. He wants to set up tariffs so we don't have to pay tax anymore. What the fuck? He just, like the day he said he was on TV and he goes, "Why am I not on camera?" Shit, sorry guys. Like the day he was on TV and he says, "We're going to do away with overtime tax and we're going to do away with tax on tips." Everybody was like, "Oh, you're fucking kidding, right?"
Yeah, and that bill passed.
Yeah, and now he wants to do away with income tax and let the tariffs pay for it. So yes, we'll still some way be paying for it because a little rise in prices would be coming out of our pocket. But that chunk of money you pay, that's for some people is up to a third or more of their check goes to the Fed. That money ain't going there anymore. It's going in your pocket.
Yep.
So Trump wants to make sure too. So depending on whose project you want to follow, most billionaires are going to pay about 23% in tax yearly. Okay, that's pretty good. But Jay is going to pay about 32% in tax.
Why me?
Because it's where your status is on the money tree. It's because he's not a billionaire and he's not 100 millionaire, so there's certain breaks he's not getting. And he doesn't have a bunch of legitimate children running around, so he don't get those breaks either. So anyway, there's a lot of breaks he's not going to get, which makes his tax rate go up. Yeah, so he's got to pay that extra tax rate. And depending on what he's going to claim or how he's going to claim, he may even pay a little bit more. He might be around 33, 34%. In this country, you could see yourself if you're in a tax bracket from say 80,000 a year to 180,000 a year, you could literally find yourself paying as much as 42% of taxes.
I know one year I paid 38% in income tax. That was in Maryland.
Which, by the way, is still not as bad as Canada or Britain, Australia, or any other country for that matter. But Americans should only be paying around 22%. If we're going to, and by the way, if we're going to pay as a society, if we're going to pay 25% of our money to taxes, we should get free healthcare, and not that bullshit they got in Canada and England. I don't want to wait 10 months to go see if I got cancer. Now, fuck that shit.
Yeah, by that time you're dead.
Yeah, so it needs to be the system the way it is. It needs to be paid for, controlled, and getting rid of some of the fraud, waste, and abuse. Yes, I hate that term, by the way. I say we put Sally on it. We can't put Heidi on it because she's from another country. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm pretty sure Sally is too. Shh, don't tell anybody. What do you mean? No, Heidi's from another country. It's called Colorado. Yeah, it's a purple country. It's all in its little weirdnesses up there. Yes. Sally's from Frankfurt, PA. PM. Denise, you're a retard. It's I don't care if it offends people. Don't listen. Look, see this thing. I don't know if y'all can see this. Hold on. See this thing right here. It's called a mouse. You set it on and you go click and you're going. If you're on a phone, you just go swipe and you're going. If you're on your laptop, you just go swipe and you're going. Yeah, see how easy that is? What do you mean? Oh, Jay's got a gun on you? Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. You shouldn't let Jay put a gun on you. That's your fault. I'll just say. But anyway, getting no, we still got a bunch of them to go through. I don't know about the Venezuelan thing. I mean, from what I've seen, the amount of drugs I've seen, at first I was kind of like, "Whoa, Trump, you're getting a little fire, a little froggy there, huh, big boy?" But then when you start seeing, that's not just that they've got. Do you know they've gotten 4 submarines now? 4.
Yeah. And
One
come
out in the
on,
middle Atlantic on the way to Europe somewhere with a whole thing of cocaine. Then the other day they got another big boat. It didn't have no fentanyl on it though, but it had, I forgot, some ungodly amount of cocaine with a street value that was ridiculous. And I'm thinking, yeah. What's
well,
like
the thing about the submarine, there were now 4 of them. The first one, when it went down, some Democrat tried to pawn it off as that they're using fishing vessels. You don't use a submarine to go fishing, ever. I don't care who you are.
People fishing on a submarine is not gonna be an easy thing to do.
You
Especially
have
one
to
of
have
them
scuba
homemade.
gear and
Especially with one of
exit the
them.
sub from the bottom.
What are you talking about, Jack? Oh, we talked about that. Yeah, the FBI is looking into their seditious asses. Yes, they are. Yes, they're looking at it. No, they're seriously. I don't know what they can do to him. The only one that can really get in trouble here is Mark Kelly because his affiliation with the Navy. Technically, the other ones aren't even on pensions from the Navy or the whatever branch of the service they were with. I think one else was Navy and one was Army, and I forgot what the other one was. And then there were 2 from Black Ops. I don't know if they can get any trouble. I don't think they were in long enough. I'd have to look it up to be 100% sure. I mean, I don't want to be bullshitting you, but it just doesn't seem. Yeah, it just doesn't seem. It just doesn't. No, I'm just saying it. It just seems like it's not the way you would think something like that would fall out. Oh, you mean the thing earlier about the tires I was talking about? No, I got the video. It's also on the Facebook page somewhere. It's no, Russia is putting tires on the wings of their planes and fuselages.
Bomb attacks,
And yeah,
drone bomb.
so when they drop a bomb, it bounces off or it bounces up in the air and explodes and doesn't do a lot of damage. I'm not kidding you. I'm serious. Just type in Russian planes with tires on the top of them. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, it's not.
It's going to come
untrue.
up. It's let me see if we got this. Is this it? I think this might be it. No, I got this for Jay earlier when I seen it. Is this the one? Or is this the one? Let's go. Frankie, what are you talking about? No, this is so they said they found massive underwater ruins, yes. Is this the one right here? I think this is one. Hold on, let's see.
Another Atlantis.
Yes, another of how many Atlantis supposedly
There's
found?
been so many things people say. This is Atlantis. This is Atlantis.
One where they found that city where there was a city in the middle and went out a circle and out in a circle. That was a lot what like they described, but you could tell it wasn't the kind of technology that the Atlanteans talk about. So, people, there's a certain amount of technology when it comes to the Atlanteans. So you can't just go find some, 2,000-year-old, 3,000-year-old, 5,000-year-old city and say, well, this is the lost city of Atlantis. No, because the lost city of Atlantis was more advanced by everyone's standards, including Plato. I mean, he said it as well. Everybody who talked about it or had seen it or had known someone who's seen it described it as an advanced place to live. Yes. And now you made me forget what I was looking for. Where'd it go? There it is. No, there it is. Ouch. Well, no, I got to put it on StreamYard, Jackie. Yeah. Anyway, let's post this up right quick. We got to get rid of this. No, we don't want that. Get rid of that. Sorry. Wrong thing, people. That was the Tabernacle Choir. Yes. They were singing like a worship song to Jay. Yeah. I don't know what stuff, man. Don't ask me, people. I don't want to know a secret sometimes. Sometimes I tell you, you're better off not knowing. I'm just saying, people. But anyway, let's cue this up. And let's see what we got going on here. It's only like 2 minutes. It's not even 2 minutes.
So the discoveries that we have that are in question in terms of their age, their structures and buildings that are outside of the written record and extremely old. So this area, the province of Cadiz, has been studied geologically quite well. And it's generally well documented that anything at around 3 meters of depth in the ocean is about 3,000 years old. What we're finding is more than 20 meters. And why I say 20 meters in depth is because when we go down 15 to 20 meters, we get to
60 feet.
You saw the documentary. You get to the floor level. But in reality, you have to consider there are probably another 5 or 10 meters or maybe even 15 meters of sediment on.
Okay, people. And we video. We'll play again. We're waiting on you. I don't see any ad. I mean, I kind of see an ad, but I don't really see an ad. So let me click that off. Yes, video will play after. Come on. That's why we always hate these kind of things. Where's the other one? While that's doing that, we can go play with this one. Well, no, Jack. So Jay and I go through a lot of these over the years. So-called Atlantis this, sunken city this. I mean, we've looked at a lot of sunken cities, and some of them are good. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen this one. That's what I'm actually looking for.
Yeah, this is brand new. Like the newest thing we've been talking about was one of the new tepes that was found in Turkey that's being aged at around 20,000 BCE, which really sets the scholars back. We're supposed to be hunter-gatherers at that point.
I know we keep aging ourselves. I mean, we keep pushing ourselves further back. And I'm not hating people. I mean, to me, it's a good thing that we finally gotten smart enough to realize there's more to what life was than we thought.
Yeah.
And it looked like there may have been more advanced civilizations on this planet at one time, long before we thought. Now, I'm not really talking about the dinosaurs eras, and I'm not sure what the map of the creator proves, the Pravda map. I mean, it does prove that there was something or somebody on the planet around or somewhere around 120 million years ago that had the ability to fly. But that's all it tells us. Was it alien? Was it reptilian? Was it some kind of weird proto-human? I mean, what the hell? Nobody knows. There's no way there's not even something that even points us into the direction of what it might have been that was there. All we know is it did have the ability to make a map.
And the probability is that those who were let in were only allowed to see certain things through some sort of telepathic means.
Yeah, so I don't know what it was or when it was. Some things that's what I'm trying to say. We don't really know what was on our planet. So trying to rule out things like Atlantis, and then you hear me bitching all the time about, I was giving my grandson about this the other day because he was talking about the Akashic record and all kind of stuff and Gaia and things. I'm like, dude, Gaia wants us off the planet. She's like, fucking go back from where you came from. You're not from Earth. Get off my back, you fucking stinky humans. She's like,
Martians, stinky Martians.
No, so when you listen, if you go find out what the optimal body temperature for a human is and what its biological clock is, and then you find out what those two things are on Earth, you find out they don't actually match us. So how can they not match us? We're fucking from here. Ooh, apparently we're not from here. Maybe that's why. You know what? Maybe that's why there's always been this pull to go back to Mars. We all know it's a dead planet, all of us, but we still want to go, and a lot of us want to go. It used to be just a few. We want to go to the moon. Right now, they estimate that
400 less explorer in us too. I mean, everybody wants to be a mystery.
For the free world, that's what it is. But they do estimate about 55% of the world would move. So I was talking with this about Linda. For America, I mean, we're the guys who came from Europe or wherever, not just from Europe anymore. We came from everywhere. But everybody who came here is somebody who came on an adventure to find a new world, to start a new life for themselves. That's the kind of people who are going to make colonists. That's those kind of people. The Europeans were like that, the Canadians, the Australians, even though y'all are a little more prisoners and explorer, but hey, still, we still love you. And, those will be the kind of people now. Will the Indian nation or the Chinese nation do it? China didn't leave outside of its walls until very recent times. And even then, it really hasn't left outside of its walls. It's just floating around on boats around and flying around on airplanes to different places. But it hasn't really started a war with anybody outside of its own walls. So would it actually leave Earth, especially if humans were leaving a lot? Especially, and maybe there should be a law passed that you can't have children. You can't have more than one children unless you're going to live off world.
Or also in the same token, and I've always thought this. We were talking earlier about abortion as a birth control. There really ought to be a test. I mean, some people just aren't smart enough to be parents. I mean, just to be blunt about it.
I did not say that, parents. That was all J people.
Like, bring the kids into the light. And, if you're inept and can't take care of your own self, how are you going to take care of a baby?
Please address all emails to Doomsday J. Do not address any of the emails me. I did not say any of that. Y'all did not drag me into this shit. What's that? Well, we told you before. Sean has a harem. And the problem is, he had to take off a couple of days of rest, catch up after a little. Well, he wouldn't have had a little alteration work done, but we're not going to talk about that. But no, really, he did. He looks good too, but it took a couple of days to get off. Then these women are like, "Look, buddy, we ain't had none in a week. What you going to do about it?" And I'm thinking, "Wow." I mean, Sean, he's like, I'm like, "Whoa, hey, dude, that's your problem, not mine."
Yeah, his choice.
Sean's like 92, man. What are you talking about? I forgot how many children he had. It's not over 100 by now. It's insane. Yeah, they're not gonna have a special place in hell. They're gonna have a special place in heaven for him for having so many babies. Yes, be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
Let's see how do you say that, Jay? The Holocene. HOLOCENE.
Well, that's just
11,000 years to 9,700 years.
Where is it on there? Holocene.
Yes, thank you. Marking the end of the last major ice age. Oh, I don't know why that voice came out like that for the ice age, but apparently there was something evil at the end.
We're
of the
about
ice
to
age.
dip into another one, I think. Here.
You know what? Isn't this so funny? So let me get this off the screen. So when I was a kid, we were going into the ice age. All I heard on TV forever. We're going into the ice age there, Joe Bob. Just be ready for it, man. You better go buy yourself one of them heated ball sacks because it's fixing to get cold, boy. I was like, what? You got to be kidding me. And they're like, no. I'm like, no. And then, of course, it didn't exactly get cold. It kind of looked a little hot. I was like, ooh, it get hot outside.
The suspicion is that it gets hot before it gets cold.
They do say that, yeah, there is a warming trend before it cools cycle, but we're a little early for an ice age, being that we just come off of one. Heidi, I have right here where I live on the coast, there's 4 or 5 of them that live in the area. And so at night, they'll get to hoot. When I first moved here, I heard them. So I used to take my cell phone out and go find the species and put it on my windowsill and let them hoot. Them bitches get to be like a chorus going on out there. Hoo, hoo. You hear a big one, and so many people like, hoo. You sound like Darth Vader owl, man. It's got such a deep hoot. And then some of the others, you can tell they're younger and stuff. But there's about 5 of them live around here. And 3 of them, like, they live in 3 different, like, kind of corner to each other. And one's across the highway, the other one's, man, they get the hoot. You'll hear them, like, because it gets quiet here at night, and you'll hear them and water carries sound really well, and all these bodies, it acts like a funnel. It funnels the sound around.
It's an amplifier,
yeah. Well, no, Johnny, we do. I have a breeding pair of ospreys that 6 months out of the year they hunt in the backyard. When I say backyard, I'm actually talking literally they're hunting like 18 feet from my back door. Now they like to go on the other side of the bayou because I got neighbors, and they don't really like my neighbors for some reason. They didn't care about my dogs barking at them. Ospreys are like a cross between an eagle and a hawk. A little bigger than most.
They're in the hawk family.
Yeah, a little bigger than most hawk. Not all hawk. There are some hawks bigger, but a little bigger than most hawk. But they look more like an eagle when you see them in a tree. You know what? I'll actually post. I'll try to, if I remember today and tomorrow, I'll try to post. So in my phone, I have a bunch of pictures of eagles. There's a lot of eagles that live around here, and we've got them when they're young, when they're older. We're coming back. We went out gambling when they were driving back along the beach. La 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 la. And I look up in a tree, and there's three of them. Three, you could tell, three big brothers. They're males. They're probably a year and a half, 2 years old. They're big eagles. They're just like chilling, like, hey man. And I look down and a little chihuahua out there barking at him. I'm thinking, you stupid chihuahua, you're about to be lunch. And then you could see there was another big dog. I think the big dog was waiting for one of them to fly down so he could attack him. It's like it's setting them up. But no, they were gorgeous. I got some pictures of them, and I got a couple of them in other places. And we were coming by one afternoon. There was one standing on the beach fishing. He came up to a little more than halfway up my body. It's about how tall he was. He's big. He's big enough to carry off a decent sized dog or a small deer without any effort. And then we do have a bunch of hawks, but my dogs, my two male dogs who have passed now, they ran off most of the raptors and stuff because Charlie was crazy. He was only 14 pounds, but he even seen a shadow of a bird. He lost his mind. So the little, and there was no, all you seen was claws and teeth and ears, man. So the birds were kind of like, screw this. This just one of the meals that I might get, and I might get bit along the way. That's what just goes.
Yeah, I don't like food. I don't like food that tastes you back.
And then we've got we used to have a big family of raccoons, but I don't know why I haven't seen them lately. And then we've got a family of otters, and there was about 6 at one time. I think they're back down to 2 now. I think the other one's done. Whatever. Every now and then we got a couple of gators that come through. We got a couple of opossums that hang around. It's fucking wilderness out here, man. Thank God we live close enough to the water. We don't have
country, man. You live in the
they do have bobcats out here. I haven't seen one close to my house. Close to one I've seen is about 2 miles away, but still, the beautiful bobcat. I'd hate to shoot a bobcat for trying to eat my dog. I'd be pissed. So we can just hope it stays wherever it's at. We do have some domestic cats or semi-domestic cats. They took over next door. They moved in next door, and or ever since the guy cut all the grass, they've been out there mousing. I guess hunting for dinner. I know, Jack. But anyway, I know we got a little time. So let me where was I? Wait, what's this man fishing with a grandson uncovers mysterious wreckage in mud flats? No, we ain't got time for that kind of stuff. You can't send me stuff like that on
I've been noticing a lot of just like insane AI news stories just flying across Facebook. It's annoying.
Yeah, you do have to watch.
The trend dies.
You do have to watch. There's a lot of stuff out there. What, Jack? No, I was looking for pictures on this guy's yapping, but I haven't seen any pictures. And this is whatever this picture is bull hockey. No, I'm looking for some pictures on that new find. I mean, if you're gonna say stuff like massive underwater ruins could be evidence of Plato's lost Atlantis, I mean, all right, well, fucking show me a picture. Don't go, because I mean, then I don't want to believe you anymore. Oh no, you know why they're not showing any pictures? There's actually a video somewhere. I haven't seen it yet, but there's actually a video somewhere. This guy who's doing this. So, and then see that automatically puts me kind of makes me a little antsy. See, this is all fake shit. Just none of this shit's real. Come on, people, put something for real. Put up or shut the bleep up.
Yeah, it's all AI garbage. Most of it nowadays.
No, Jack. I mean, I'd like to show y'all, but if you not got a video up here. Oh wait, what's this? Oh wait, there's something down there round and glowing at night. Whoa, go back.
What?
Let's see. We ran out of money when we found something glowing down there at night. What? Show me this.
Somebody dropped a flashlight. What the hell's going on?
I know, huh? What kind of crap are you trying to crap us on, dude? Okay. Saying we observed light glimmering. Lights. 4 hours it was lights. I don't care if Columbus seen a UFO. You know how long ago Columbus lived, people?
Yeah. What is it?
No. You should. No, Janine. That's something I was just reading.
800 years ago.
That's just something I was reading on the screen while I was watching this video. But you should always report anything so that somebody has a record of it somewhere.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I mean, there's not much I can do with something, from Columbus, especially if it's just, I saw a UFO. Now, if it says something like these little gray dudes came on, started ripping people apart on my ship or taking them with them and bringing them back after doing weird experiments. So, yeah, then, I might be able to do something with that. But So a couple of ships have seen whatever this is. They said it looks like a large Ferris wheel spinning in the ocean. Still, people, there ain't no pictures of it from this guy who's saying all this.
Yeah.
They found
It's
this
spinning,
thing. Well,
huh?
where's the pictures?
Yeah. Where's the video? If it's spinning, let's see that.
You should at least gave us some AI. We'd have been like, hey, it's fake, but hey, that's so James, they've been finding more and more lost cities and civilizations. LiDAR is great, especially on land. It's great, but you can use it in the world. So depending where it is in the world, what kind of water clarity you have in the water, it could be used to find stuff in the water too.
Well, they're using it on surface streets now to, I guess, catch speeders.
It's in 50 years, your cars will have an automatic thing when you break the law. You'll just get a thing on your license.
Yeah.
If you're even getting to drive anymore.
It'll be like Demolition Man. Bing! 1 credit for saying curse word.
And that's if you get to drive anymore. They might not even let you drive anymore. It'd be like, what you mean you don't need to drive? Just tell the car where you want to go. So in other words, you can still go wherever you want to go, even if you want to go exploring or dirt riding or whatever.
If you're being driven by a robot car.
Yes, you just won't be doing the driving. Well, off road, they should let you drive, but I don't know if they will or if they won't.
Yeah, I don't know how good would an AI go for wheeling.
Imagine if you
You'd have to
teach them, they
teach
could
it.
do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Okay, here's a sunken, what looks to be an Indian temple off of some other. They're saying this is Atlantis. People, make up your mind.
Yeah, there's so many different.
This is
Bimini Beach. They thought it was it.
Cadiz Spain? Cadiz Spain? K-A-D-I-Z. Is it a hyphen?
Cadiz. It's pronounced Cadiz. Cadiz.
Yeah. Oh, like the kid on Cadiz. More light.
No,
people, if you don't know what that is, if you do not know what I just said, you do not watch sci-fi as off. You got to tell you.
No, it's not like this. It's like a TH sound at the end. Cadiz.
Okay. It's
Oh, did Virgin Mary show up again? Is that where those kids were? No, that was Portugal.
Well,
maybe Cadiz is in Portugal.
Cadiz, you don't remember that kid, stupid? He was from The Fifth Element. Not you, Jess. That was somebody else, but it's from The Fifth Element. The old scientist guy standing there, he's looking at the wall. He screams. Yeah, he screams at the kid for more light. Yeah,
Aziz, light. Yeah.
That's what I was just saying. What do you think? Well, you just didn't watch the beginning of the movie. That's all. Yeah, you must have skipped the beginning.
Yeah, it's a very brief thing, so it's easy to miss. But
yeah, it's only in like
the kid's holding a mirror for this doctor who's like transcribing hieroglyphs from a wall, and the kid keeps falling asleep, and the mirror moves the light, and he says, "Aziz, light," and what's his name keeps counting. He's like down like 35 times, I think.
Yeah. Got a little scratch on it.
Yeah.
You'd never heard of The Fifth Element? Well, like I said, you're just not a sci-fi person.
It's a goofy movie, but it's worth watching, whether you're sci-fi or not. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It is a goofy movie. James, last I had heard there was 100 people killed in that Hong Kong fire, and they said
like
one
200.
building. They said one building. When you look at it, it's like 5 buildings, so one massively wide building. Yeah.
Well, and then there's also like 270 some people still missing. So
yeah, that's what the guy was saying today. They're still missing people. But he also said they didn't expect to find anybody else alive, that, this is just cleanup now, waiting for the buildings to cool down so they can get inside and find out whatever, and do an investigation.
They've also arrested some of the construction crew, and I think there should be more arrests from the company that was doing there was a restoration going on one or more of the buildings at the same time, and they think that may have contributed to the flames spreading so quickly from building to building to building.
Might have. I see they had all kind of that green stuff on the outside to close it off so you couldn't see what was going on. Well, gee, it looked like an older building. I mean, they had window units and stuff like that, and you could see them. They were tucked in these little corners and stuff.
It's getting an update now. I mean, the insurance on that building's got to be through the roof.
Oh, if those pictures they were showing correct and it showed flame across all 5, it ain't getting rebuilt. It's getting torn down. It would have done that kind of heat, would have done damage to the structure of the building. They'll tear it. Well, let me rephrase. In the United States, that building would. I can't tell you that in China. There's a different standard of building codes in China. Think of it this way: this building was in flames. Stuff was going on all over. Okay, first question. What do you think? First question is, where the fuck's the sprinkler system? Oh shit! There wasn't one. No sprinkler system. Worse than that, in older buildings in the United States where there isn't sprinkler systems, there's at least plug-ins on the pipes running up and down where you can plug a plug-in from a faucet outside, a fire hydrant, and plug it into the building and feed the building water on different floors so you can go up there with hoses and put out the fire.
But that's only good for 7 stories, and then you lose pressure with that kind of ground.
Well, it depends whether or not the building had a pump installed.
But then you have to connect directly to
in New York,
building.
Any building over 10 feet back in the day had to have these 2 different pumping systems put in, and it wasn't just to pump it in; it was also to pump it out. Anything excess that wasn't going on and inside the building that was just coming like flipping back over, they could use it on the downside.
Yeah.
It was a good idea, but I mean, it's not a sprinkler system. Sprinkler system just goes. And by the way, Jackie, they don't use sprinkler system in computer centers. They use halo systems. Halo is a mist. It's a dust, a fog. It just goes. What it does is it sucks all of the oxygen out of the air and suffocates the fire. That's why humans can't be in there when one system goes off. It's a halon system, yeah.
Yeah. It sucks all the breathable oxygen gases out of the air, and it will kill humans without oxygen tanks or masks on.
It just suffocates them. It works really well too. Because they have to use sprinkler systems for us, because if they used the halon, we'd all be dead. I mean, you might as well just let the fire kill them. Well, no, it'd probably be better with the halon, but still. No, owls are cool, man. I like owls. Yes. What's that, Jeffrey? Uncle Sam loves you. He wants your money, but apparently Trump doesn't. So I've heard a lot of rumors, and I even read a couple things today about the income tax. So if what he says is true, if you're under $50,000, you'll pay 0 income tax. 0.
Yeah.
If you're under 100,000, you will pay 3%.
Well, that's nothing.
Yeah. If you're under 200,000, I think it's going to be 7 or 8%. Now, after that, I think the next one, anything between there and $1 million, is 23%.
People are going to want to shoot for that 0% bracket.
Yeah, and then I think when you get into the billions, it's going to jump up to around 32 or 33%. It depends on the tariffs. If the tariffs are paying it, the business taxes may stay low. They help keep the prices down.
I would imagine if this is working the way they're saying it is, by this time next year, we'll have $4,000 from the government.
Yeah, so yeah, there goes whatever's left of the Democratic Party.
All I can see is them continuing to spiral downward. They are chasing their shadow, dude.
Stacy, so I grew up in a Republican family because I live in the deep red states in the South, and I always said, Republicans are crazy. Well, I was a peace loving lighter at heart, so and well, when you get into the real world, it's different, especially when you own your own businesses and you have families and you're trying to help out. It makes you change the way you look at things. But that's not why I actually left the party. I left the party because they just lost their minds. And I was going to join the Democrats, but at the time, I mean, the Republicans, but at the time they had the Tea Party. So I was kind of like, well, you know what? Both these fucking parties are losing their minds. So then finally the Republicans start coming down and said, oh, maybe I'll join us in that. By then I had been out on my own, no party affiliations. So I said, to hell with it. And then I got a friend of mine wrote me from the Democrats. Oh, they're getting back together. They're getting it together and doing the Obama era. And I was like, damn, this is a pretty messed up party. And then, I mean, they lost it. They became the party of woke, sick, weird, freaky people. But the Republicans are just God-fearing. I'm a centrist. I'm a true centrist. And when you hear me say I'm an equal opportunity hater, I am. When the Republicans fuck up, I have a ball with them. But Trump has been trying. I mean, don't get me wrong. Trump is crazy, but Trump has been trying. I have watched him. I mean, think about this. 10 months. He's done fucking more than Joe Biden did in his entire 4 fucking years. And he did more than Obama did in his last 4 years. Now, Obama's got, Obamacare for the first 4 years. So that's a little harder. But by the time Trump's into his second year, he'll have done more than Joe Biden and Obama together over their entire 12 years. By the time he's out, he might even done more than Bill did. Bill did quite a lot. It's how would I know if Joe Biden gave good head? I mean, really? Oh, Barack Obama, I apologize. I still wouldn't know. I'm just saying, I still wouldn't know. Maybe with your junk, you ain't getting around mine. No. You know what? Someone else mentioned that to me about Michelle and her tight outfit the other day. Looked like she had no. I've actually seen other videos, but I'm assuming that's something else, and it's not what y'all think it is. Maybe it's a weapon of some kind, protector. I mean, after all, she is the first lady. Maybe it's like a stun gun or something. It's not a strap. Jay, you've been talking to our audience about strap-ons, man. It's not a strap-on. Well, I mean, I couldn't tell you 100% it's not, but I'm assuming it's not. How's that? Well, it would be just weird if she was the guy and he was the girl. My daughter it was his oldest daughter that's quit using his last name. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people talked about Obama. It's in a lot of ways, I feel sorry for Obama. He ended up having to kill people, women and children, because not always our intel was correct. I mean, there was a lot that the man went through. I didn't agree with a lot of his politics. I agree with some of it, just not a lot of it. Well, because his first 4 years, actually, I could tolerate Obama. I actually voted for him. His second 4 years, he had started down his, I'm going to be the great divider in chief. Yes. I'm going to be the great divider in chief. Oh, we got to get out of here in a few minutes. I'll look right quick, but I think, let's see. Oh, no. Yes. University of Minnesota faces backlash after warning of whiteness pandemic. Yes, whiteness pandemic. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Yeah. No, we got through all 15 of those links. No, there's still stuff on, you mean on Facebook? No, there's still stuff on Facebook. There right now there's Democrats. This is about the Epstein files and why now they're out and stuff like that. There's that sexy BCJ and Joe as they went by. This is Candace Crazy Owens. We're gonna play her more. Oh wait, what is this? Yes, Jack, I'll play. Hold on.
Question. What does it feel like to be white?
Feels like I'm constantly being judged by the color of my skin, being told that I have it easy because I'm white. We don't get our own channel. We don't get our own history month. If I say I'm proud to be white, that's a fucking issue. We're constantly blamed for something that we had no fucking part of hundreds of years ago. Like, white people don't get shit. We get shit on, but we don't get shit. Yet we're constantly told just how fucking privileged we are. So let's just fucking, like, stop all these games. You were never a slave, and I was never a slave owner. We go out every day and we bust our fucking asses because nothing is handed to us. And there will be nothing handed to us. My understanding of it was if you ever judge somebody by the color of their skin, that's racist. So why is it okay for me to be judged by mine and be constantly told that I have it fucking easy? We're out here on the grind making fucking ends meet because, again, we get nothing special. So you get your own channel, you get your own history month, you get your own special programs to get you into college, you get your own little special programs to be hired first at a company. We don't get that. So now I need to get back in here and get to work because ain't no fucking program gonna pay my rent.
Anybody in America could experience racism. Yes, you can. Any so-called race in this country, the U.S., can experience this nasty treatment. Racism. I don't care if you're Hispanic, Asian, Indian, of course, so-called black, white, other, anybody could experience racism. Let me speak mainly about so-called blacks and whites in this country. There's this really effed up mindset amongst many black Americans that feel that just because someone has white skin, right? Just because they're white, they have it easy in life, especially in America. All right? Just because you're white, life is easier for you. That's racist. That's a racist thing to say to someone. It really is. All right? I won't get too deep into explaining why that's racist, but it is really effed up to even say something like that when we know many white Americans are on government assistance.
Yeah.
So what voter ID laws are racist?
Apologies, Mr. Cruz, your state of Texas, perhaps?
Okay, so you think the entire state of Texas is racist. What about requiring an ID to vote is racist?
So I think, sir, that's pretty reductive. I'm not saying the entire state of Texas is racist.
You just said my state of Texas. So you tell me, what about the Texas voter ID laws is racist?
So the fact that the voter ID law was put into place to diminish the political power of Latinos with racist intent and it had been found to have
You're
racist
asserting
intent,
that. What's your evidence for that?
The federal district court that first resolved the constitutionality of Texas's voter ID law.
Okay, so your view is voter ID laws are racist. How about you, Mr. Yang?
I agree with Mr. Tulsa. Voter ID laws can be racist.
Okay, that's two. Mr. Science?
There are some voter ID laws that are racially discriminatory in intent.
How about in practice? In intent, fine. You say there's some racist with a malevolent intent lurking in the back of their mind. But let's just talk about it as a practical matter. When I go to vote,
I think it's terrible and inhumane. It's deplorable that the U.S. president is doing that.
I think it's awful, really, just to send people back after they have a life here.
That number sounds crazy. It does.
I'm speechless. I thought we were doing fine before he became president.
Hey guys, this is Matt Miller with Political. Today I'm here in Georgetown in liberal Washington, D.C., and we're asking people, what is their response to the fact that Donald Trump has deported 3.1 million illegal immigrants so far? The catch is Obama is the one who deported 3.1 million illegal immigrants. Trump hasn't. He's deported 400,000 with 1.6 million self-deporting. Let's see if people switch up their answers and reactions when they find out Obama more than 6x'd Trump's deportation record. Trump has deported 3.1 million illegal immigrants so far.
Oh, wow. Humpty Trumpty on his way down the road, man. Uh-oh, we got this guy.
Don't you think it's been a little heavy-handed? Don't you think you've picked up a bunch of people who shouldn't be picked up at all? It doesn't seem like it was done with a scalpel.
What I've said from day one, if you're in the country illegally, you're not off the table. You know why? Because there are millions of people standing in line, taking their tests, doing the background investigations, paying their fees to be part of the greatest nation on earth. If you want to send a message to the whole world.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Whoa, that guy's scary looking, dude.
I'm going to give President Trump even more credit. This is going to be a love fest. A couple of weeks ago, he said that Americans are now going to enjoy most favored nation status when it comes to pharmaceuticals, which means that we are no longer going to have to pay more than other countries for the same pharmaceutical drugs. That is a fantastic policy. I'm going to give President Trump even more credit. This is going to be a love fest. A couple of weeks ago, he said that Americans are now going to enjoy
favorite nation status.
That's one of the reasons the natives are restless on your side, even your people, because they voted for let's get the criminals out of the country. And what they got was, no, let's find people who've been working here for 10 years and go to Home Depot and get them. We don't like that.
I hear it, and there's nothing that feels good about seeing people who had good intentions, generally speaking, leaving our country in this manner. However, we either have rules or we don't. We either have laws or we don't. And I think what the goal has been of this administration, and they've said it too, is that they are targeting the worst of the worst. They are targeting the gang members.
All right.
Now, don't get me wrong. The Epstein saga is very real. There were victims galore, but these assholes never. Don't get me wrong. The Epstein saga is very real. There were victims galore, but these assholes never cared about them. This story meant nothing to them unless they could make it about Trump. Because for Democrats, other people's suffering is just a political tool for gaining power. But sadly, their selected leaks had a rebound effect, vindicating and not implicating Trump. But this latest exercise reveals how unsalvageable the media is. They truly may be the most discredited industry in history. They make the tobacco industry look like the Red Cross. They're corrupt, lying, and ultimately harmful to your health. But only if you keep buying what they're selling.
Yeah, baby, only if you keep buying what they're selling, man. Yeah.
The 2025 Arctic sea ice minimum has come in at 4.6 million square kilometres. That's 350,000 square kilometres more than 2024 and 180,000 above the 2011 to 2020 average. The claims of an ice-free Arctic have failed, yet again. In fact, no decline in sea ice has been observed in 18 years. Longer if you take into account the artificial drop post-2007, which was due to a sensor and an algorithmic change. Mainstream scientists are, of course, dumbfounded by this pause. One paper, SWORT 2015, claimed that an 18-year pause in melting was less than 10% likely. Experts underestimated the resilience of Arctic sea ice, assigning more than a 90% chance against what has actually happened. The ice is not disappearing. The models have been proven wrong. The 2025
Okay, guys and girls, well, we got to go. Just wanted to play that last one for you. That's a legit peak company out there. So they just got through going back over the sea ice, both in the Antarctic and the Arctic. And the Antarctic, they've been having to get off of because it's growing pretty good for the last few years. And this particular year, really good. So they've had to kind of get off of it. The Antarctic, they were saying this, that, and the other thing was breaking off, but they've had a lot more growth across the board in ice this year. So no telling what's going on. But like we said earlier, a lot of times there is a warming cycle before an ice age. So, before we go changing our entire planet, maybe we should make sure exactly what the hell is going on. Because I really got this sneaking feeling that science don't understand it. I've always had this thing, and I have said this when I've gone to NOAA conferences before. Look, you expect me to follow you on climate change, fine. But you fucking can't tell me the weather 3 days out. But you expect me to believe that you know what's going to happen for the next 100 years. I said 3 days. I said, and 10 days is a disaster. I said, in all the years of watching the weather on the Weather Channel and wherever else, it's rare that they get 10 days out correct. As far as we're going to be months and years, no, that's impossible for our technology. So now you're going to tell me we're going to algorithm that's going to tell me how much ice is going to melt over the next one. Obviously, it's wrong because it doesn't work. So on that note, no, I think we should always be watching our environment. But we also need to remember there are other things that affect our environment that are out of our control. But anyway, on that note, we got to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning into United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. I hope you have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. And I hope you have a beautiful Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow on the Arthur Squill and then on the chat. So good night and sleep tight, everybody. Happy, merry Thanksgiving.